Alright, good evening and welcome everybody to the Southeast Asian Pro League Season 9. I'm Infian Ewok and today casting with me is the one and only wonderful James Parkinson, also known as Sternab. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for having me here. I am very good indeed, and I'm excited to get into my Pro League debut here in Southeast Asia and see exactly what these teams have to offer us. It's going to be a great matchup. Some great games could be coming through, I'm sure.
Indeed, and talking about the games, let us have a look at what is on offer tonight. Our first game is going to be Aerowolf versus MBT Impetus, and that's going to be followed up afterwards by Xavier versus Generic Esports. Generic, if you guys don't know, they were known at one point as Hayden Esports, then they were known for a brief period as Void. Now they are finally under an organization called Generic Esports.
Yeah, so maybe one side.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you.
So, games kind of metric. Everyone clearly know how games can play it, but it's been very elegant. So, I think Everyone might go into it maybe a little bit overconfident, although, sometimes you say that, I feel like Impetus has a great opportunity to try and pull out something very good strategy, and maybe some concentrate within that Everyone strategy. It's a pretty important matchup, I would say, because they should really try and bring everything they can to try and take at least a W here. Aerowolf potentially not taking that same attitude, thinking that this should be an easy win for them. They might not take the attitude, they might not be taking it seriously, and obviously Pro League are going to take everything seriously, but probably going into this match very confident, probably not going to use everything that they have at their disposal, probably going to be saving that against the rivals. It'll be essentially a seeding if it does get to that point. But throughout Pro League season, definitely good to seriously, there's a lot riding on this. Well, Rainbow's getting a little bit bigger as an important channel, and that's definitely affecting me. I think we're going to see a bit more better competition off the side of Asia,
in that the top two at the end of the 14 games are rather 7 playdays per team in top two of those endings straight up into line with the exact seeding that they were finishing at. So Xavier finishes first again and Arrow finishes second. That is going to be a seeding, and those two are going to be the teams going into the Pro League. So,
I think you have the music on in the stream.
yeah, I did realize that I did. Well, this is a classic Southeast Asian mixer. I'm so sorry about that, guys, but you know what's a Southeast Asian Pro League stream without some streamer-induced, caster-induced technical issue? Yeah.
The joys of the production value here coming through. This is definitely the difference between a studio. But anyway, if you didn't hear, my name is James Parkinson, otherwise known as Sternab, and we're just going to be casting Southeast Asia Pro League with Infinity Walk and hopefully a few others along the way.
Indeed, and we talked about quite a few things. Unfortunately, you guys might not have heard it. So just going through quickly what we're going to have. So as you can see on the schedule, Airwolf Impetus first, followed by Xavier Generic previously known as Hayden and Void. MBT Impetus and Generic both coming up, not from the Challenge League, not actually having qualified to the Pro League, but because one Pro League team and the qualifying Challenger League team disbanded, thereby promoting these two guys up. Some might say that's not fair, but you know, these guys, the others didn't maintain their spot. And then, you know, we talked about the schedule a bit, how Airwolf and Xavier, these two titans, are kept as far away from each other all the way. Now, whether that's random or not, we can't say. It's probably not random because last season they met somewhere like halfway in. But, you know, they're going to meet all the way on the very last play day. And if everything goes according to each team's plans and strengths, they won't be dropping any points. So they'll be on level points when they face each other in that final best of two, which is probably going to be, as you said, Sternab, a seeding match.
Yeah. If they do go against each other at that point, and you know it goes the way that people are thinking it's going to go, then yeah, it will be a seeding match at that point, essentially for the LAN. But you know, it's always very complicated because you can't make predictions that far down the line. Anything can really happen. There's a lot on the line for pretty much every team, and as I mentioned, Rainbow's getting bigger as an esport, and the more, you know, the bigger it gets, the more it's going to affect APAC as well, and you know, the more teams and the more competitiveness is going to come into it, and titans like Airwolf and Xavier, I think, are going to have a much harder time even in their home region.
Yeah, and it really shows, because in Season 6, undisputed #1. Season 7, well, they kind of were troubled by Script, who finished second, but not really at the same time. So it was like, you know, all right, fair enough, that's it, right? And then after that, they were absolutely stunned by this new team that came out of Challenger League, Xavier Esports, and absolutely started demolishing everyone. And the story for Xavier is fantastic. They beat Mantis FPS. Mantis, by the way, who just got to the 2019-16 Invitational, who went to the Paris Major, who went to the Season 6 finals in Sao Paulo. They beat that team, and that's no laughing matter. And they beat They didn't make it to the Paris Major qualifiers because they were still, you know, finding their shape and form. They lost to Airwolf 2-1, but the next time they met in the Pro League, they absolutely ran them ragged. And since that victory in the Paris Major qualifiers in Southeast Asia, Airwolf has not got any victory against Xavier Esports, except for one map here and there.
Yeah, and that's definitely true, and this is why I go back to the point that I mentioned earlier, that Airwolf potentially saving a lot of strats for that matchup and for matchups in the future against that, where they're going to go into this match pretty confident against Impetus and really not that bothered about, you know, thinking that this is going to be a harder match for them. You know, looking at these teams, looking at their histories as well, it seems that Airwolf should be very, very confident going into this matchup. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Impetus here. I'm excited to see what they actually bring out here, because I would love to see a team like this really give Airwolf a run for their money and bring out some very like surprising pocket strats, because they should want to bring out as much as they can here.
Indeed. MBT Impetus are going to be going for it completely, and Airwolf are actually playing without their captain, Luna Metal, today, because he is actually, I believe, recovering or having surgery. So good luck to him. He had some throat issues. So unfortunately, he won't be able to play today. In place of him will be Spirited, the substitute. Now the substitute. He was not the substitute at the time of the 6th Invitational Southeast Asian qualifiers. But now Mentalist C is of age, or Mentalist as you can call him. And he is really one of the most exciting talents in APAC. And in a lot of ways, it reminds me of the hype and excitement around NVK when he came into the Pro League. You know, just turned 18. Everyone's like, all right, what does this guy have to show us? We have seen him play here and there in non-ESL competitions. He's looked fantastic. What can he show us at the top tier competition?
Yeah, and that's definitely true. And I think as we go through, we've also seen Hyper and Nyx. If we're sticking to NA Pro League here, we've seen a lot of new talent start to come into Rainbow. And it's great to see. A lot of people ask me, you know, how do I get into Pro League? How do I get into high level competition? Win your gunfights. Because winning your gunfights consistently will get you picked up by a team, you know, at a higher level. And this is really, you know, everything else can be taught. Game sense, ability to play with your team, communicate, and learn tactics, that can all be taught. But gun skill is something that is very inherent to you, and I'm very excited to see what can actually be brought out from him. It's definitely going to be very interesting. It's always good to see the new talent being brought in, because Pro League definitely tends to be a little bit of a closed circuit.
Yeah, indeed. But, you know, he kind of has been with the team all the way. He was 15 when he joined Aerowolf, or back then Team Envy as they were known, unofficially, obviously. Played in cups here and there before the Pro League existed, before ESL really focused on this region. So it was like the JCG, it was a cup that Verdi Pons casted, the German caster. And he played in like CPL, it was like a Chinese league. He also even played in one of the Australian leagues, Cyber Gamer, now under LPL, I believe. So he definitely, you know, has had experience, and he has subbed in countless times for a lot of players. You know, sometimes Ysera couldn't make it because of his military service. Sometimes Lunamel couldn't make it. He was stuck in class. Someone couldn't make it, and he has played all these different roles, and that has made him such a versatile player, because he was just forced into those roles. He didn't have a choice, and that makes him an extremely potent force in Aerowolf's lineup. If they ever have their backs against the wall, they know we have Mentalist. Like, all right, we have this guy, we can get him to do whatever we want for us.
I'm very interested to see what role specifically is going to play here, because, you know, the obvious role for him obviously is entry, but you know, flex can also be a very good role for, especially for players who are adapting to a team and trying to get in and seeing exactly how things are working still. You know, maybe Mentalist won't have that issue. Maybe he will be even able to play support. That's not going to be a typical role, especially for a new player to take. So, you know, we'll see how it works out for Aerowolf. I'm excited to see, you know, new talent come in, as I've already said, and see how they play around the team, because we've seen constantly as well, especially when teams are attacking, when they have a new member, even if they've been practicing with them for a few weeks, that it can sometimes show how uncoordinated they can be.
Yeah, that's very true. But surprisingly, yeah, I would have expected Mentalist to go on entry, but, you know, he debuted at the APAC LAN qualifier for the Invitational, and he was put on support anchor kind of roles like Thermite, Hibana, Maestro, Mira. And the thing about Aerowolf is you can't really pin down like operator mains. These guys swap around so much. One bomb site you'll have Hysterics playing the Mira, next bomb site you'll have Lunamel on the Mira, then you have Spirited on the Dokkaebi, next round Ysera's playing the Dokkaebi, for example. So these guys do
it's
a lot
the
of popping.
It's the 5-man flex team.
It's really good to have, but, you know, sometimes you do kind of wonder if they aren't better served just dedicating themselves to one operator, because if you remember Season 7, Ysera was put on Ash pretty much exclusively, and he was shredding teams left and right. I think he had like a 2.0 KD at the LAN, even though they didn't make it at the end. But enough about that. We are gonna get right into the games. It is map number 1. It's going to be Coastline between MBT Impetus on attack and Airwolf on defense.
Should be a great matchup indeed coming out. A lot of people talk about Coastline, and this is the only attacker-sided map, but it's not actually true anymore. Statistically, this is actually now defender-sided. It's only 49.17% into the favor of attackers overall, from competitive stats. So that's actually very interesting that the stats have actually swapped around like that.
Yeah, that's true. And Glass ban coming in from Airwolf right here. It's a good ban. Glass is a bit of a problem, and Impetus are gonna respond with the Blackbeard ban. So we're not gonna have any of those power players playing supposedly, you know, on the penthouse window or smoking off the service entrance in kitchen.
Yeah, pretty typical bans coming out on Coastline. Blackbeard and Glass both are very, very powerful players here. We'll just see what the defense bans are. We're going to see the Echo, again, very, very typical ban coming out here on Coastline. I'm kind of disappointed so far by these bans from Impetus because while, yes, these are good bans to do and they're fairly default, this doesn't really strike out as a team that's wanting to do anything too special here, and I think this may be what's going to be their downfall.
Well, let's see. They are banning Maestro, Aerowolf. That is... Alright, alright. I mean, maybe they know something we don't. Maybe Impetus has shown some prowess on Maestro, but, you know, it's a bit of a surprise because we have seen quite a few of the Aerowolf players try and play on Maestro. I wouldn't have expected them to ban it, but here we are. We're gonna be defending Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar. That is Aerowolf's preferred default bomb site here. They like to... they kind of popularized at least in APAC, they popularized the fact that, you know, you put the reinforcement one looking down the hallway near kitchen and the other one looking into the Blue Bar, put it in Sunrise Bar at that corner, and then you have a nice vantage point without having to occupy either of those two locations. But Hysterix might be a 6-pick.
No, I don't think he is. The fact that he hasn't picked anything yet, and yeah, the good 6-pick from a mirror onto arguably a little bit more of a powerful operator onto the mirror.
Indeed. So yeah, it's going to be the standard, very, very standard stuff that now, you know, almost every region has adopted this strategy. You know, put one reinforcement here, the other one there. And Ysera has been playing quite a bit of Legion in recent times. Usually, you know, in my opinion, I would think, you know, obviously I'm not Aerowolf's coach. I'm just a caster. But as I said, the prowess that Ysera has demonstrated on pure frag operators, even Zofia, I think it's a bit of a waste putting him on a Legion. Like not putting him on a Jaeger or a Bandit or something that's 3-speed, even a Vigil, so he can go out there and get those kills. Because yeah, kills aren't everything at the end of the day, but at this APAC LAN, he was the lowest rated of his entire team, which is shocking. You would never expect Ysera to be that player.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we are going to move through into round number 1, see exactly how it's going to go down. I love the Valkyrie pick, and especially the Legion pick as well, because I feel it's a good read from Aerowolf to realize there's no IQ here from the attack. And yeah, I get why you wouldn't really bring IQ, because there's no Echo, he's banned, but this could be a pretty heavy hit, I feel, and I think that Aerowolf is adapting quite well already to this. I'm not sure how this is going to go down.
Oh, great shot from Mentalist, takes down Pogga. That is one of the top fraggers for Impetus Gaming. And Mentalist himself, he's really showing off his prowess here. Recently I learned that he prefers 720p because it reduces input lag, and perhaps that's really why he's been performing so well recently in his streams and ranked. And this is his first official Pro League game, and SMZs, oh, the Twitch drone misses, and he's going to get his Twitch drone taken out. That is unfortunate, and he doesn't look like he has any left.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have any left at all. Mentalist is going to try and rotate all the way through kitchen, but we do see Sunrise Bar still very much into the control of Aerowolf. I'm kind of confused where the push is really going to be coming from, but it does seem like we have solo pushes going upstairs. It's not a great position for the Jackal, but it's not going to matter. And it's going to be Civilly who does take the first kill of the round. There goes a Ray, and this is looking much, much better for this to be brought in. Mentalist goes down as well. There's going to be a nice refrag coming out from Spirited onto Moose. And now Civilly just trying to do some work to try and get him. SMZ could be trying to push through onto the other side into Hooker. And this is looking really good actually, because they do actually have vertical control. If they pick the mirrors, they could push blue, but it is a 3v3 right now, so it is evened up a little bit, but they are starting to run out of time. We're being into the last minute of the clock here. This is not looking too good. Oh my god, Ysera just white peeks out. There goes the Ash, and now they have kitchen control again. And looks like this rotate is going to start to come through. There is smokes on the board still from the attack to try and move in here and go for a smoke plant. Of course, no Maestro, so the smoke plant could be very effective. SMZ holding down the cross here. Leisure Mines are going to get deployed onto Cool Vibes. And not seeing too much movement coming out from the defense, of course. They don't have to move just yet. They're just waiting for the push. 30 seconds left to go. Smokes will start to go down. Hysterics is going to try and peek it out, but can't find the frag just yet. It looks like the Jackal is going to try and make his way in. Civilly just holding it down. He's going to be pushing all the way up. Oh my god! He crosses all the way over. That is great movement coming out from Hysteria there, as Civilly is still holding down the angle.
They're just waiting. They have no time left. They need to make the pushes happen. There is going to be a knife in the back of Civilly. Wow, I can't believe he actually didn't hear that. You know, Hysteric's crossing over. He just walked right in front of that Jackal. I'm stunned.
It was a good play as well, though, coming up from him, because there's a glass ban. He knows there's no glass there. They know they have no ability to look through the smokes. They already took the Twitch drones off, so it's very likely they don't know he's going to be able to rotate there. Yeah, just kind of poor drone work overall coming out, I think, from MBT. They really need to work on that. They had upstairs control, but they had absolutely nothing to utilize with it. They didn't take out the mirror window either. They just didn't seem to know how exactly they wanted to push that site out. And they just got punished for it really heavily. And it was weird because their roam play was actually really good. They did get the roamers on the board, which was good early control from them. They had everything set up to do what they wanted to do. And then everyone just rotated out. They had the soft breaching coming out from Jackal and the Ash. It just wasn't utilized.
Yeah, the Jackal getting that pick onto Array as the Jaeger inside of Hookah, that was a very important kill because we have seen how powerful Array can be. He can wipe out teams all on his own without even breaking a sweat. So for him to have done that, great gun skill displayed, but they couldn't really capitalize much on that, and that was, as you said, it was fairly disappointing to see.
Fairly disappointing to see. We are going to see Mirror deploy her mirrors here into Theatre, facing into Penthouse. Fairly standard mirrors coming out, but this is not for a Penthouse defense. This could be for a downstairs defense here in Kitchen. I like the setup here. You know, typically when Kitchen is being held, you will see people go upstairs, and it's good read as well. I don't know if it's good total read or if this is a default strat for Aerowolf, but if it was a read by them, it's good that they're seeing that MBT is definitely concentrating on that upstairs push to start with.
Yeah, that's good, and very interesting, as you said, they're not going on the upstairs as a defender bomb site, but you still have to push upstairs. It's just how Coastline and pretty much every map in the ESL map pool in Rainbow Six works. You can't just go straight into site, except when you see situations where the site presence is really light. Unfortunately for MBT Impetus, is not that light, but Mentalist is still making his final setups. It's exactly 2 minutes left to go in the round, so he's wasted 1 minute, but is not going to be punished by any members of MBT. And sees the drone, but can't actually shoot it out. Hysterics finally gets the shot, and not much control being taken by MBT Impetus right now. They are just on the roof, not really doing anything, rappelling on Penthouse window, and half the round gone, really. 1 minute 30 seconds, exactly on the dot.
Yeah, 1 minute 30 just passing by now, as we'll see Array just trying to play around onto this Theatre mirror. And you say they're not really doing much, but they are taking roamer control here, but it is going very slowly for them. They only have 1 minute 15 on the clock now, and this is just not looking good for them at all.
Yeah, that is a problem that many Southeast Asian teams, and forget Southeast Asia, many teams in Rainbow Six in the Pro League have time and time again displayed, and possibly the most famous one is Team Vitality, who's now in the Challenger League in EU. That didn't work out for them for very long, but when it did, they were incredible, you know, just taking their time and looking like they were stalling out, but when the push came to shove, they would absolutely shred the team. SMZ not having any luck with his Twitch drones again. C4 explodes somewhere off into distance, doesn't do anything. And they kind of suspect the position of the defenders. I believe that is the Legion. But they're just going to hop right in and he's going to get shredded. Ysera takes down Pogga. Hysterics shotgun Civil. But MBT, whoa, that's a good shot. MBT's pushing in. The plant is going down under the cover of smokes. It's 2v3. The plant might actually get pulled off. No, but he falls off and Ysera comes in, takes down the thermite. It is 10 seconds left to go and they've wasted so much time. They can't do much. And Ysera is actually going to fall. But that's about it for the Asian friend. Mentalist is going to clean him up. It's going to be 2-0 for Aerowolf.
Yeah, looking very powerful for Aerowolf right now. The big thing about how Aerowolf are playing this is they're just waiting. They just wait for the push. They don't let any of them get picked, or don't get a lot of them get picked. And if they do, they're refragging. Aerowolf playing this very, very smart right now. I wish I could say the same for MBT. They're making a lot of mistakes. You mentioned about Vitality kind of doing this last second push. The thing about Vitality's pushes when they did that is they were taking control. They had utility set up. They often brought operators like Ying and heavy amounts of smokes back when smoke plants were very, very good. You know, there could also be a big abuse of that here because there haven't been many I don't think any bulletproof cams, unless Doc is about to bring one now, from Aerowolf.
Yeah.
That is just not something that is being read into here at all.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. MBT Impetus, obviously they are an old guard in Southeast Asia, having been there from Season 6. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, this is the almost an exact carbon copy of the season opener from Season 6. Although it was Border and Oregon back then, it's Clubhouse, Coastline and Clubhouse here today. And a bit of a mix-up between Hysterics and Mentalist. That's all well and good when you don't really have to kind of stretch your legs. But this kind of stuff does happen in like LAN environments, and that's when you really need to have your setup prepped and ready down to the second. You can't have these kinds of time wastage going along. Each person will have his role and has his time, like by this time we need you to do this, and oh, very interesting. They're going to open up this wall.
I do like this, honestly, and if you put the mirror here, it's even... It's not great, but it is better than just leaving it soft like that. I will say that they play it soft like that so they can stop the thermites going down, but there we go. Ysera going to get very aggressive with it. He's going to get the first kill of the round. Pogga again going down very, very early on, and that is already the sledge off the board. That's the only nades down as well. That's a very good early kill. Especially where Mentalist is playing right now. If he continues to play on Cool Vibes, that could have been a great nade opportunity, because there's actually a vent right above where he is. He doesn't, obviously not playing around in ADS, he could have got naded out there very, very easily. And that's a pretty common nade spot in other regions. I'm not sure about how Southeast Asia abused that, but yeah, we see drones are going to be coming out from MBT. Hysterics is going to put down this pretty typical mirror down into theater. I like the Twitch pick from MBT, but he's... SMZ's not really done a lot with it. With the taking out the mirror windows here, I really would like to see a buck coming out from MBT, or a lot more soft destruction from them.
Array really is playing super aggressive, and we actually saw him play this aggressive position against Xavier when they played on Coastline twice. And I believe they played, I can't remember if they played Coastline at the APAC LAN also against FAV Gaming, but he was definitely playing this position. Oh, what a shot! He takes down Moose, and the Jackal is even lower on health than ever. He was already lit up by Ysera spawn piece. See, this is what Array does so well. Now, the Asian friend gets taken down by C4, and he doesn't know that the Jackal has swapped positions. I'm not sure if he can't hear him, or he just... not unawares. Maybe he expects the Jackal to cross back, and the Jackal does jump in, but Array stops the reload, gets the kill onto Sivle. Sivle should not have lost that fight, but the dog juiced up, and Ysera is going to get his second kill of the round. SMZ goes down, and Aerowolf are just looking like they're toying with their food right now.
Yeah, not a single refrag coming out at all from MBT. That is really poor coordination coming out from them. Really bad spacing coming out from them as well, and oh man, this is just going terribly for them. And yeah, I think you're right. Aerowolf are just learning into this. They realize their gun skill is better. They realize they can play off this quite well. They're just picking everything and getting super aggressive. Like, there is no reason why Elysian should just be wide peeking out of Aquarium and going for a spawn peek and getting away with it at that.
Yeah, he got a kill and then he lit up the Jackal to like half health. Crazy.
Yeah, very aggressive. I love the Ying pick here, and you know, I don't mind sacrificing the Thermite because I don't think it's really that necessary on this site, on a Blue by Sunrise bar. We talk about these last second pushes. The more utility you have saved for that last second push, if this is MBT's strategy, which it kind of seems like it is, then the better, really. I still would like to see a book coming out, but it's not that bad. If they do take upstairs control, I like to see the sledge doing work, because this is something that MBT didn't really make use of last time when they did take upstairs control. They had a really good roam clear coming out, but they didn't abuse the position that they were in very well, because all of Aerowolf was really just playing around the site. If they had opened up the crossfires, if they had opened up the rotates from above, that could have been a really easy plan coming out. And MBT just didn't run into that, I guess.
Yeah, it's a bit curious how come they are not reading into it. It's been like 3 seasons. This is their 4th season in the Pro League, so I would definitely have expected them to learn a bit more. Sounds like we're being harsh. Actually, I am being harsh. It is still the first game of Season 9, perhaps. They're still warming up. Some teams do take their time. For example, in NA, I believe Rise Nation is still looking for their first win. So
yeah, but I mean, you can't really look at it like that, because this is Pro League. This is the big boy leagues. If you can't play to that standard, then you don't deserve to be here. It's quite that simple. And we're going to be moving through. SMZ going to be droning out where he can. There's not actually going to be a mirror this time. It's a bit of a different lineup coming out from Aerowolf. And I think this is just a more aggressive lineup, because like looking at the operators they're picking, I don't really see the cohesion between these for this particular hold.
So I kind of see what MBT are trying to do. They're trying to emulate the kind of style that Xavier has popularized, especially on Coastline, on their attack. Is that, you know, they come in one by one from like different angles of the map, not too far apart, but they always pinch the roamers. Whether it's one roamer, they try obviously to isolate the roamers, but Array, one of those roamers, he's gonna get Pogger right there. That's the sledge, the grenades off the board, that utility dump that we were talking about is gone. But yeah, what Xavier likes to do, maybe we'll see it later, is that isolate the players. Oh, great shot from Spirit.
Oh god.
Wow.
Beautiful from Spirited. He just dumps to that man. Oh my god, another one from Spirited. He'll just start tearing them apart. Array moves all the way, he takes down Moose, and that's a 3k for Array. He takes down SMZ, and Aerowolf will take round number 4. Great plays coming out from them. They just don't even let anyone in the building.
And that's on Hookah, where it's like it's the closest you're gonna get to getting to site. You're just on the balcony right there. No punishment whatsoever for those aggressive plays from Array. But to be fair to Impetus, way better teams have struggled. Norengo struggled, Mantis struggled, Xavier has struggled with that kind of play. Array, when he gets going on that Jaeger, it's really hard to stop him. But
well, it's also just, you know, Aerowolf playing the Valkyrie here on and just peeking off of the info. Right. That is so hard to deal with, especially if you're not bringing an IQ. But you can bring an IQ. It is possible. There's no 6 picks coming out from MBT. I feel like they're just not looking at what their opponents are doing and just going to try and play their own strats. I do like the Capital finally coming out here. MBT not using their 6 picks, not using their utility very well. They're getting outgunned and outplayed by Aerowolf. They need to start playing a little bit better together as a team, reefing off each other. Yeah, people saying, oh yeah, like, you know, Aerowolf can just play off their aim. Yeah, they very well could do, but guess what? You can refrag them. If there's a kill going down on PC, that person should be traded instantly. Especially that early in the round as well. This, you know, spawn peaks, I know it's Coastline, and you know Aerowolf are playing very aggressively off of the intel they have. They're playing it smart, but they're playing it aggressively. You can punish this, but not with the way that MBT's been playing.
Yeah, exactly. And really, as I was saying before, the flurry of kills rudely interrupted me. But these guys are trying to emulate kind of what Xavier had been doing. They take entries from different sides of the map one by one, and they pinch and isolate the roamers. So, as what you said, there is, even if they lose that initial gunfight, which they rarely do because they are great at gun skill, but if they do, they have someone to follow it up, get the important refrag. and they're getting that basic, the first step down. That alright, we're gonna approach from different sides and try to move into the site from different angles, but that's the only step they're really achieving. They don't have the gunplay and they don't have the refrags.
This is not like a good strategy to do against a team like Airwolf, who are clearly very comfortable in coastline and in a very confident position right now. They should be playing together. They shouldn't be trying to push from different sides, especially individually. And you can just see it's just one-by-one gunfights happening everywhere. And just like that, Mentalist is going to get the first kill of the round. Pogger, again. I think that's his 4th opening death now.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if CGG was doing stats, we would know, but unfortunately, we are not doing stats for Southeast Asia. We'll be doing for ANZ and Japan, though. Another kill, though, Spirited high, just behind. Come on, this is not a position Romas play, and definitely not so early into the game because of how easily defeated this position is.
He has an ADS, though.
They have flashes, they have grenades. Use it. Okay, fine. So see, this is why you don't play the position. But the fact that he even got 1 kill, did they not drone him out? What's going on, guys? Where was the coordinated push? Why was it the Jackal taking a 1v1?
Yeah, it's a really bad position to play it as well, especially when you know they're bringing a Capitao. I don't understand the decision there from the Jaeger, but he's going to play around that. He's going to go down for it. It's now a 3v4. All of a sudden, looking still. Oh my god, what is happening? This man's just getting so many kills all of a sudden. Sarah just white peaks everything. Takes every single gunfight you can take.
Look at the health. Everyone's low on arrows. Like, literally everyone. And there we go.
And there we go.
Friend.
Yeah.
Just, but yeah. That's the thing, you know, you can't capitalize on this. And there we go. Moose takes down one more. It's a 2v2. Possibly the closest round, I guess, but the utility dump is coming out from the defenders now. Hysteric still has one last gas grenade. He's going to detonate it right now with 20 seconds left to go. We talked about utility dump, but I've not seen any of the asphyxiation bolts come out or the smoke grenades.
It's about to come out now by the Capitao. Oh, he gets caught out! Moose gets the kill! And it's going to be all down to Hysterics to try and clutch this out. He gets one! He tries to another plant, he gets a shotgun out, but the fuse is going to go down, he peeks around, and there we go. He's farming the points, Infian, that's why, and just testing the CK out.
You know, usually you would say, I would say he wasn't farming the points, but I know Jeremy, and he is exactly the type of guy who would actually... for the MVP,
let them plan.
Yeah, and then get the. He's that kind of guy. He would actually do it in an actual Pro League game.
He had complete control of that situation. Then having a shotgun at that close range is so great, and yeah, Airwolf just winning every single gunfight. I can't see. Please, alright, don't do it to them. I saw that Cav. If he gets 6th picked and he gets an interrogation, I'll be upset.
Well, talking about 6th pick, Cav, and interrogations and coastline, guess who popularized it? And that was Xavier Esports. And these guys have really been making a lot. That's a good 6th pick, by the way. Smoke to smoke.
Yeah.
200 IQ, please.
Well, I mean, it's a better 6th pick than MBT has been doing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah,
they haven't used their 6th pick at all.
Yeah, that's shocking, honestly. I mean, try something, man.
I really think that if you're not using your 6th pick, you should at least use it just to hide one of your operators, so the other team can't read so quickly into what you're trying to do. Because the fact there's been no IQ has been Airwolf has just been able to run a mock here, and they've been able to use so much utility so freely because of the lack of an IQ. Although there's not a Valkyrie this time from Airwolf.
Yeah, that is true, but I bet you they're gonna still peek ridiculous angles, and they have the ACOG of Array, and look at the shield that's being set up. You know Array is gonna just sit himself behind this and just gonna peek out into VIP with that, and he's probably gonna win his gunfight because, well, MBTs in gunfights they are decent, and that's the thing. MBT can take the gunfights, but they're not looking today like they are able to take the gunfight. So that's the worst part, when you see the team you know has potential not living up to that potential.
It's also just, you know, even if Airwolf are losing gunfights, they're still trading off each other. And again, I come back to this point because it's so essential especially when one team is just going to start playing fully aggressive. You have to be ready to trade those frags coming down,
nice
so you can
spot.
at least keep it. Even, oh my god, Paga can't find it, but he does finally take Mentalist off the board. He's not going to get the opening death, but he is going to get the opening kill. Now, moving into round number 6, looking much, much better for MBT. Just about 2 minutes left to go on the clock. Aerowolf still in a good position utility-wise, though.
Yeah, and Array's gonna go for this run out from outside. The Asian friend goes down, and that's the Ash. Thankfully for them, it is not the Thermite, but just as I say that, they lose the Thermite. But, okay, thankfully for them, and look, why do you have to justify with so many thankfullys? Because if Aerowolf had not opened that wall, and if they have a reinforcement for some reason, and they decide to put it up, they have no way of getting into sight except from the choke points of the doorways.
Array really wants this gunfight. He's like, come on, peek me! I can see you're repelled there, just peek me. We're not going to see any peeks coming out just yet. The actual drop is going to go down, but SMZ is going to take down Array, punish him for his aggression. And now it's a 3v3. Smokes are going to start coming out here. We'll see Paga getting ready to burn ADSs as well. There we go. He'll try and do what he can. One ADS will get burned here. Paga's still going to be playing around onto the bathroom window, but there we go. Civil moves all the way in. He has a great opportunity to go for the plant, and he will start to do so. Nitro's implanted now, should start to come down now. Oh, he misses! Oh no! Paga going to be holding down, and the Fuser goes down, but Hysteric's wide peaks. He takes down Paga off the window. Now it's a 2v3. So if you just find one, but instantly traded back, now it's all down to SMZ to try and hold off the diffuser. He has a great angle, and he has just to wait very, very patiently. Smokes are going to go down to try and cover this. He should be able to just go for the pre-fire. At least he does get him down. And this is not looking good. Ysera is just in Africa right now. And he's going to try and rotate all the way through. There we go. Ysera manages to find his way up into theater. He has to win this gunfight right now, or else it's not going to go too well. SMZ goes to hold down the prone angle where he can. The white piece comes out. Ysera wins the fight. Does he have enough time? I think he does.
No way. You can't. You can't do that, man. Just play the exact same angle you played against Spirited, because you're outside. You know, you have the information. You have a nice line of sight where you can at least see the cross from the defender coming in and catch him off guard. That should have been a clear round for Impetus. They got so close, and I really thought at that 1v2, once he got that kill and put it into a 1v1, that was going to be a round. Just
yeah, definitely.
Come on.
But yeah, this is looking like a clean sweep right now, honestly. Aerowolf looking very, very good right now. And they didn't even need Luna Metal.
Luna Metal's just sitting in chat. He's just enjoying the show. I'm not sure if he is, had his stuff done. Maverick to Thermite. Alright. Hysterics on the
I like it. I don't mind it here, honestly, because I think that the other team's going to see that. Or maybe that's what Aerowolf are hoping. They're going to see the Maverick. They're going to try and 6-pick onto maybe someone like Nitrous or something like that. I mean, there isn't really any hard counter to Maverick, right? So it's going to make you a little bit panic about how you want to play this. But then the Thermite comes out. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with Thermite overall on co-side.
Yeah.
I mean, not just on this site, but there's only really one site
Penthouse.
that you can really bring Thermite for, and that's Penthouse. Yeah. But I think that Aerowolf are going to think it's going to be the first site, because it normally is when there's a mirror on the board.
Correct. So, I mean, fair enough. These guys are going to kitchen service entrance. So, this is the second positive sign I've seen from Impetus. The first positive sign was how they played pretty much all of that previous round, except for the last bit. That was good. Really, I was really thinking... And SMC's...
He doesn't want to shoot it because that would give away his position.
True.
So that's kind of smart to leave it, and it's going to be facing away from him, so it's not bad. Aerowolf might think that security is actually clear right now, but not if Paga just runs in. Oh my god! What? Hysterics! How does that happen? He's going to pop flash as well. Come on, another knife! Oh my god, he's going for the eco! Oh my god.
This is it! What the heck? Hysterics get a 3k, 2 of them with knives, and the 2 other kills that... GH, Ysera, wow. I mean... Fair... I wouldn't
it was
say
a something half, that's for sure.
I wouldn't say anything if I won that.
Flawless victory coming out from Aerowolf that will secure this map. but we still got another map between these two teams coming up. I just don't understand what we just saw.
9 kills apiece for 3 players. Ysera, Hysterics, Array, Spirited with 5, Mentalist with just 3, and that's a bit awkward, but it looks like they just didn't leave anything for Mentalist. Oh, that last round, 2 knife kills? That's actually crazy. We are going to go for a 1 minute or 2 minute break here. Just fix some minor technical issues behind the scenes. The players also want to take a break between maps because this is Asia Pacific. It's a best of 2. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
I think when he went into the game, it like pushed it back because his encoding is like fucking him up. So I think yeah, it's kind of annoying. I'm still like a couple seconds out, I think. Yeah, it's
Alright, guys, we are back and we are almost ready to get into map number 2 of this matchup. MBT Impetus versus Airwolf. And Janam, why don't you just take us through what happened in map 1?
Errol said, we don't need our captain. We're gonna prove that we can flawless without them. They dropped the captain. Lunar Metal clearly not needed at all. And they just said we're just going to peek everything, take as many confesses as we can. Impetus didn't know what the hell was going on. And yeah, Airwolf got a flawless victory. That's just about all that happened.
And really, I would be hard-pressed to sum it up any better. But, well, it is I would say you kind of expect that performance because MBT did finish like 4th in the Challenger League for Season 8. But at the same time, these guys have a wealth of experience that other teams don't have. So you would also expect them to perform a lot better than what they did. And they show flashes of it. That's the worst part. They show flashes of it and they've shown in the past. In fact, it was on Coastline that SMZ got 19 kills. And I believe that is a Southeast Asian record for most number.
The thing is, though, is that while Impetus does have a lot of experience, Airwolf has better experience and not more of it. but higher level is what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they've gone to Lance before, they've played against higher level teams, they know what to expect from higher level play, they know how they should play it, they know what mistakes are going to get punished. I feel like Impetus hasn't gone against the same level of competition. If they have, they haven't learned how the mistakes are getting punished so heavily. And yeah, we'll see how Clubhouse goes down though in a few moments here. Airwolf looking very, very good. Maybe we'll see a 14-0.
Oh well, that if we do see a 14-0, it will be the first in Southeast Asia, probably the first in APAC. I do not believe that ANZ has had a 14-0 in the match, although I did not catch the end of map 2. No, so yeah, ANZ did not have, but I'm not sure how the game number 2 is going, and the first ban is going to be Glass yet again from Airwolf.
Yeah, and Glass is a pretty standard ban coming out overall from Clubhouse. I'm honestly, maybe he'll just go to the exact same bans. I'm honestly not going to be too surprised if it does, if we see a Blackbeard ban. But no, it's going to be a Jackal ban coming out from Airwolf here.
Enough.
That's
Fair enough.
definitely very interesting, I would say.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird as well, because Airwolf is actually starting on the attack here, because they're on the orange team, so I think this could probably disorientate a few viewers here.
Mm-hmm.
But there we go. Second ban can come out from is the Echo. Now there's the choice, right? Mirror's not that great on this map. They may want to ban out something a little bit weirder, like a Pulse, if they don't play it that heavily. And, you know, they do start out on the defense, so maybe they don't want to ban Mirror against themselves. The Maestro is a pretty powerful ban here if they do decide to go with it.
Mirror.
It's going to be the Mirror. I do prefer that, because, you know, there's not that many teams that do prefer a heavy Mirror strat here. She could be useful, but she's not essential on Clubhouse, in my opinion. Maestro is definitely more useful, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely agree, and especially on the basement, really one of the most powerful operators that we can get. And we're gonna hop right back into the game. We're gonna get into our first round. We have Airwolf on attack. What do you think is gonna
Yeah,
happen?
it's interesting as well. So we saw Airwolf on the defense to start with Coastline. They were playing very, very aggressively off of it, and then we just saw, I don't know what we saw. We saw something going on. We saw Mentalist move at the speed of light at Mach 7, Ash running through security, and yeah.
That hysterics of the last round, right? Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Goodness
the bomb.
gracious. Too nice?
Clubhouse isn't really the kind of map that you could do that on, and I'm kind of thinking that this isn't going to be a straight up rush from them, but more about slow map control for the first minute, and then just push for execute, because there is a Maestro on the board. This could be used to great effect, especially if the smoke plant does come through. But if you'll notice, there's only actually one Nitro. I'm assuming the Mute is bringing a Nitro here. So there's only one Nitro here. That could put a big... And there's like no plant denial really coming out at all from the defense, and that is disappointing. Although you could argue that SMZ has brought along the Elemines, and that can actually deny the plant.
Attackers recover the defuse.
So,
Attackers moving out to
we'll
locate
see.
a bomb and defuse it.
Indeed, and so Pogga is going to be playing the very standard Maestro position right here. You know, put yourself on the catwalk with a shield. You have Evil Eye supporting you from below, from sometimes across the garage as well. But Ysera is going to be playing on the Maverick. He's going to get rid of that camera easy as pie, poking open a hole, and they're going to open up the entire thing with the Thermite. So I like the fact that they've brought the Thermite as well. Some teams kind of have the misconception that on this site you can go with the Maverick alone, so especially when Thermite is banned. Oh, that, how did Array not take damage? He just missed.
He's too good. He's just better. He is the Monty here.
And yeah, usually Array's not playing Monty because Luna Metal's on point, and oh, great frag, but it's not cooked enough, and Hysterics is going to pay the price. The Asian friend goes down, and it's just under 2 minutes here. 1 minute 53 seconds left actually, and Ysera, he probably didn't expect that, and Array is taking a lot of damage, and he's gonna de-shield, and ADS loses his life to a headshot by Pogga. And there was a time when Arrow was impregnable on Clubhouse, and it was really their fortress. They beat Fnatic 5-0 here. Alright, that's how good they were. But that was before the rework. Since then, it's not... Ooh. What?
Oh, Sarah, what are you doing?
Throw
Gravity is a thing, Sarah. He's throwing it away. It looks like he's gonna get revived for his time. I'm kind of hoping. I mean, obviously it's a Pro League match, but I was a little bit hoping that Spirity would just put him out of his misery.
I mean,
That is a massive mistake coming out from Ysera though. But Mentalist is gonna make his way through onto Lounge. This needs to be a really heavy rotate coming out from Aerowolf right now. The thing is, they do actually still have this east wall open. They have their entry into the site. This isn't completely over for Aerowolf. They do have the potential to bring this in. Ysera actually has pretty much all of his utility up already, and he's still just gonna open up construction. I don't actually think he has a drone in construction right now, and yeah, he doesn't seem to have that much intel. And Mentalist is gonna move through onto the other side to try and help him out here. Oh my god, Ysera just moves all the way through into construction, but Mentalist does save him. My Asian friend does get picked up for free.
that I swear I thought he would turn the Asian friend and take him down because of the pre-fire, but oh, this is gonna be too easy. Yep, there we go. Ysera just gets a free kill into SMC. I'm not sure if he didn't hear that because the Pogga is actually gonna get a kill onto Mentalist. That's the ash off the board, and that is it. The first round on the board for MBT Impetus, and they looked, I would dare say, pretty decent out of this round, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, they played it much more patiently. They relied quite heavily on their setup, which is something they didn't do on Coastline during the only defense round we saw from them. But Clubhouse, again, you gotta favor. I think it favors the defense 57%.
Pretty significantly, and I believe we saw, what was that, Dark Zero Pro League game just yesterday, where despite the Mint Blitz terrorizing defenders, they still did not manage to scrape out the win.
Well, you got an ace, it's Blitz,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, but even...
yeah, like... I get what you mean. Like, even when you're bringing the Blitz and you're bringing that aggressive attack strategy, this is still a very, very hard thing to take. Although, I honestly think that if you have both hard reaches on the board, this can be very attacker-sided, depending on how you play. If you play your utility well... My issue with the Aerowolf there is they were all over the place, right? They didn't really seem to know where they wanted to attack from. They didn't have smokes, they didn't deal with the Maestro cams. There was pretty poor droning work coming out all over the place from Aerowolf. It was so bad from them. And I think it really started off with the fact that I think it was Hysterics playing on the book, who walked into Garage with the hot potato in his hand, didn't look anywhere else, missed the nade, and then got picked up for free. And that whole playstyle coming out was just the end from Aerowolf. They had no control.
Extremely sloppy, and the thing is, it's a good idea to play it that way, where you get rid of the catwalk player by coming in from the garage side. And didn't you seem like these guys, Impetus, had a definite plan of dealing with that, but they still won out because of Arrow's sloppiness, and I wouldn't expect the kind of sloppiness from them. And there we go, Mentalist is picked off first off. MBT looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, I really don't like this setup. I don't like that there's 3 people playing around here with 0 reinforcements or 0 actual setup and no utility either. And I'm kind of surprised that Array hasn't just jumped in here and picked up a lot of kills already. And there we go, he's going to jump all the way in. They're just going to not be able to contest this Monty. And they've just lost so much control already. But this is really badly played from Aerowolf at the moment because they've not capitalized on the fact that they could catch out 3 roamers right here.
Where? Oh, there we go. Finally. It took a while, but it finally happened because, you know, the first kill. Oh!
Yeah, Ysera's about to get traded. No, he's not! Oh, he's just better! Ysera has the flank one shown down there in secret, and the Asian friend will go down. That's 2 roamers off the board, and much better played coming out from Aerowolf. Let's see if they do try and bring it through. They've still got the site to deal with and all this utility, but Monty should be able to push all the way in here and go for the plant, maybe even around Island, honestly, here, but there we go. Nades are going to go through into the castle barricade. It's kind of a waste of utility, because he still had plenty of time just to hit the castle barricade down. But Maverick going to open up onto the side here. It is actually muted onto Jacuzzi. This is why he's going to go upside down to take this mute jammer off the board. I like this.
Yeah, I definitely like it. It's a very, very good idea because it allows you to actually get the defuse immediately, but, you know, Spirited waited. If they were pressed for time, I suppose there was 2 forest or something, they could have gotten off much quicker. didn't capitalize, but it's not really gonna matter. There is no offensive C4 that MBT that moves was ready to throw out. It's looking still a bit dicey for they are down a man. They don't have good positions, and he's gonna get down as he falls down. Array is going to finish Civil off from the hatch and moves so low on HP and on the stairs.
They've lost complete control of the site at this point. He does have a nitro cell. Smokes are gonna go down, but there's an ADS! What are you doing? Oh my god. The ADS is right there in the room next to him, and the diffuser is gonna go down. Nitro is gonna come out, however, that is gonna be a free pick for Moose. Does take down Array. That's the multi off the board. This is definitely clutchable, but it's gonna be an uphill battle coming out from MBT, who do start to move up and see what they can do. And Moose is actually rotated all the way around instead. He's gonna push up Cash. The peak comes through. But SMZ is just not going to win that fight. It's all down to Moose now in a 1v3 to try and clutch this out and just trick every single corner. He has no intel right now, and he's going to try and play off with a refrag. Go for the pre-fire, but he's not going to see just the beautiful angle from Ysera holding down the construction. And it looks like we're going to have a rehost.
Yeah, we are just waiting on the admin call for that. So if you guys were following North America earlier morning, our time, Evil Geniuses got punished for leaving before it was confirmed. So right now it is confirmed, and Aerowolf won't be punished for leaving before it was confirmed, but they're still holding the ground. I'm not sure what. Mentalist is just confirming who's going to leave, and we are just going to take a quick break. But I just wanted to analyze that, that final round. That was... How do I really put this? That was a free kill given away, first of all, by that Monty. He just de-shielded for no reason. But they had shotgun below, and they had a C4, and they didn't have any information. They let the plant go down.
Let's start from the beginning to start with, right?
That's
Impetus are holding down Cash. They have no rotate between Cash and the stairs. They have no setup whatsoever. They didn't reinforce anything there. And I just can't understand playing like that. If you're gonna play aggressively on Cash, you need to waste time. And to waste time, you need a setup. You need at least reinforcements. You need impact trick setup. You need nitro setup. I'm not seeing any of that coming out from either team, honestly. There's been some very uncoordinated stuff coming out from both of them.
Yeah, indeed. Not looking too impressive from each, but obviously MBT is the one who has looked far less impressive. Still 1-1 on map number 2, but as you saw on your screen just now, map number 1 went 7-0 in favor of Aerowolf. And look, I like the strat of dropping in if you really can't hold the site and using the C4 to deny the plant. But number 1, they didn't even waste enough time to get that, and number 2, and a lot more importantly, they had no information. There was no Valkyrie camera, no bulletproof camera, no evil eye that was looking into or could have given any inkling on where the plant was going down. So there was no way they're going to deny the plant. They were just downstairs and one on the stairs, not even peeking, not doing anything, just hoping for what? That the diffusers at spawn? Like,
I just don't know what the plan was there at all. I think the thing is when teams roam, they didn't set up the utility at all, but I can get the idea because they did actually set up for a refrag quite well. So they had someone playing to the top of the main stairs, going on to the east stairs up into Cash, and then they had someone playing in secret down below in that sort of blue area, right? And he was ready for the refrag. Obviously he just got absolutely deleted when he tried to go for it, but I mean, the thought that counts, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They have potential, but I've been saying this for the entirety of season 8, and I've said this for quite a bit of season 7 as well. Potential, but it's not materializing. That potential needs to come out and become something more tangible. It needs to get you results.
I would honestly like to see MBT look over some very typical default strats coming out on these sites and just run with them. Because at the moment, their setups have not been impressive to me at all. I mean, their first setup was okay onto Cash, and server, but that's a very easy side to hold. And then at the same time, they didn't even deny the wall on East, despite the fact that, well, there's a Maverick, right? But the Maverick didn't really rotate to East that early on, and they weren't really trying to play around that at all. They kind of just gave up the wall for free instantly. And the same on Jacuzzi, they weren't trying to bandit trick it at all. And if you're going to play like that, if you're just going to give it up, maybe you should just ban the Maverick.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It's a bit questionable what they were trying to do, but I think we're going to get back into the game very shortly. They have got one round. They started off that first round pretty decently, albeit a lot of it was due to the mistakes that Airwolf made on their push in. But at the risk of sounding disrespectful to Impetus, I don't think that Airwolf are taking this entirely too seriously, especially when they're not playing without their captain.
But they don't need it, clearly.
Yeah, so far they have not needed it. So
maybe Lunar Metal was actually bringing down the team.
Did you hear that, Glenn? Did you hear that? This.
I'm hoping he heard it. Oh, damn. But we're gonna get back into this hopefully, and should be pretty good indeed. Airwolf gonna be on their third attack. We're 1-1 right now, all tied up. Impetus gonna move into their third defense here.
So
I'm not sure, honestly. Another gym bedroom defense. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone downstairs yet.
I mean,
although,
okay, fair enough. Downstairs has looked a lot scarier, especially with the fact that they have left both shields unbanned, and we saw what happened today.
No. I'm not even concerned about that. I'm concerned about the fact there's a Maverick on the board, and you're trying to go downstairs. But Maverick on Clubhouse, this is why Maverick gets banned so much on Clubhouse. That throughout all the invite qualifiers, I never saw a Maverick get played because he was always banned when I was casting them this week. So, yeah, like, this is why Maverick's banned, and I don't understand not banning the Maverick here. And Airwolf are just going to abuse this so heavily, going to be able to get open every single wall. This is why Clubhouse is defender-sided, because it's so hard to get all these walls open. But once they're open, you have so much control.
Well, yeah, I mean, when the Clubhouse rework came out, Emzo and I, we were just discussing, Emzo being, obviously, if you guys, for some reason, are not following the main pro league, Emzo being the caster, one of the 4 main casters, we were discussing about whether Gym and Red Room is a really good side, whether it should be promoted as a secondary over base move. And the general consensus was, once you lose that wall, I believe on the east side,
yeah, the Jacuzzi wall. Yeah.
You lose that wall and
east.
it's so different. I think it's, yeah, wait, no, the west wall. Yeah, okay, the west wall.
Yeah.
So you lose that wall, and
I like
after
the
that,
shield.
yeah, that's a good shield. You lose that wall, that's it, and it's become very difficult. Especially now they've removed impact tricking. They've patched that out from here, so it's hard to keep the wall closed.
Yeah, drones are going to start coming out from Airwolf. This is also something that I've noticed from Airwolf. They don't seem to have great pre-place drones. Either that or they're moving very, very slowly, because we did see some pre-place drones coming out from them when they came onto an attack on coastline, but it's just in the middle of security. It's so obvious it's just going to get picked up. I mean, obviously there's hesitation coming out from MBT. I think he was kind of hoping that they didn't see, he didn't see, them on the drone, but obviously he did hear him, so it didn't actually work out that well for him in the end. But Airwolf moved very, very, very slowly. I mean, 1 minute into the round, and they're only just getting into this building.
To be fair, they have a Monty if they really need to expedite that push here and there. But despite the phase check, Irene gonna get taken down actually, off quite far away, I believe. That's the Ash off the board.
Yeah, all the way downstairs.
And look, Mentalist is now on the shield, so I guess I already just wanted an Ash, couldn't do anything with it. However, look, Mentalist is pushing all the way right up to the bomb site. He's gonna get a glue mine, he's just gonna take it out. No counter aggression making Mentalist feel scared or anything. The Asian friend from below, he's going to be an important part. As I said, the last defensive round, the one that they lost, they had no info. They have fixed that, and that's really good to see. They didn't bring a Valkyrie, but they brought a Pulse. personally, I would have brought a Valkyrie because then you can use the mute easier. Yeah, you can use the mute C4 as well, because if the pulse dies, you have no information. But that grenade is going to miss, and I'm surprised he didn't use it for... Oh! That's terrible reactions on Civil, and Poga's gonna get taken down. Mental just pushes into side with the shield fully extended. He's gonna drop it, and Hysteria's gonna take down his third. Is he on Blaze? If he gets this one on the right hand side, Mental takes a few shots and an impact grenade to the face, a second impact grenade. Now he's gonna call out, alright, both these chumps are on the stairs. He's gonna go ADS and win that fight. You can't lose that. Hysterics with the 4K. There we go, Aerowolf, 2-1.
There's still massive mistakes coming out from Aerowolf though. I mean, I'm not just, downplaying them, but Hysterics should not be able to get 3 picks from the window like that, because everyone is peeking. And I thought that MBT got over this. With the way that they played Cash's TV, they weren't peeking anything. They had the discipline just to sit and just wait for the push, and they played it really well. They played around their utility. Aerowolf, as I said, they're kind of making mistakes with their pre-placed drones. They're not moving. Like, if they have pre-placed drones in server, they know it's clear, they could just move in. They should be in the building like 20 seconds. They don't need to waste time there if they are going for that push. And, Maverick should be spawning on the other side. They should be getting in. If they know there's a pulse, someone should be going for the roam clear.
I think
it's all over the place for Aerowolf's attack.
I think this is
but they're not getting punished for it.
Yeah, I think this is what the lack of a captain does to you. Clearly, neither of these guys are... I believe Mentalist he's a secondary IGL, and at least that's what he says on Twitter. He's a secondary IGL, so I guess he's taking charge of this game right here. But they probably need the extra leadership that Luna Mill has always provided them to make those calls and decide, right, I want to drone steer here and here, or maybe just, he's new to the team and he's the youngest, so he doesn't command that same authority without Luna Metal over here. And Luna Metal just sitting there and chat, he's like, face it guys, you need me. I think he's seeing the same things we have.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Well, we'll see if they do need him, as this is... I don't know, I still don't think that Aerowolf is playing this great. And as I said, Clubhouse is playing very, very differently on the attack than Coastline does. And Coastline, you can just do that. You can just shift W straight into the site and just not give a care in the world. But you can't do that on Clubhouse. You need to dissect the setup. And Aerowolf are doing it, but it's slowly. But there we go. That's much better than getting the garage wall open as quickly as possible. I would kind of like to see Habana be doing that instead. And... well, it's not going to matter that much, which I do like Hysteria in the book. My only issue is that I feel like he should be going below at this point.
Yeah, and Spirited, he's just waiting. He's waiting for Hysteria to come over. See, this is another thing that you're saying, that the waste of time. Hysteria and Spirited should have moved in sync together, or while that wall was being opened, for example, in the garage, Hysteria should already have been moving here, taking out the mute jammer, opening up below.
Well, no. This is good time management from Aerowolf for this particular take, and this is clearly a take they're very comfortable with, but on the last round it was pretty poor from them, considering they had a lot of control very early on. They get very easily taken, but yeah, getting that wall open at the 1 minute 43, that's pretty good time management from Aerowolf. My only issue is that they don't seem to be setting up for a take. They now seem to be rotating quite a lot of their operators around for west side. I don't know from Array if this is a flank hold or if he's actually intending to push from this perspective. I hope it's a flank hold and he doesn't intend to push from here. But the fact that Hysterics is here as well kind of says to me this isn't just a flank hold.
Yeah, I mean, oh, great shot from Spirit. It gets the call from the face checking Monty. He does take a glue mine in the process, does the Monty, but he gets the kill, clears out the maestro. Big pick. Those evil eyes are going to be fixed in place. Not going to be shooting any of those electric gadgets, and the pings are coming out onto this Legion. And he might just walk into Ysera's pre-fire, but narrowly avoids it, and still a bit tentative, but Hysteria's gonna get the frag kill on the Ruse, and it's 45 seconds. They have a 2-man advantage. They are just knocking on the door of the plant. Spirited is waiting for the call that, right, we have enough of site control, let's go in, let's get the plant down. If he knew. There we go, the utility's gonna come out, flashbangs, grenades, smoke grenades. Array's gonna take down one SMZ, and oh dearie me, where was that down from? Whether that was from below or one of the teammates. but the Asian friend does get spirited the thermite. The plant is stopped, but doesn't matter. Ysera finishes off Civil after getting one more. That is Aerowolf 3-1.
Much better attack coming out from Aerowolf that time, but still, like, big mistakes in the fact that they're not destroying the Maestros at all. I mean, they went for the smoke push, but there's still a Maestro up that was right there next to the wall, and I don't like that. Normally because, you know, there's a Sledge or a Maverick. Gee, I wonder who's running Maverick every round.
Yes,
you know, a Maverick can just go all the way up to that Maestro camp and he can destroy it, and that takes 2 seconds for him to do that. And just have someone else to hold the cross. If they're smoking, they need to push in, and thank God someone is bringing the IQ, because I was about to lose my mind if they're going to bring a Valkyrie and no one's bringing the IQ from Aerowolf. I'm glad that Aerowolf are using their sickness to react to this, but oh! It's being baited out. I still like the IQ pick regardless of this, because there is plenty for him to pick off. And the fact that he could probably just go below, he could destroy ADSs, he could destroy Bandit Charges if they were on the board, he could destroy Legion Mines pushing up to Garage if they wanted to take Garage, which, you know, they'd be running a Monty every single time, and Monty has a great potential to push up Garage, and he's been doing that a lot as well. So, I love the IQ pick here. There's nothing wrong with this at all.
Yeah, indeed. IQ is not a bad operator by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, she lost the frag grenades to Thinker. A change that I personally don't agree with, but it saw her pick rate plummet pretty hard. But it's still, she's still a good operator. She has a decent gun. She has Claymore for those important flanks. And the gadget, as you said, it can see so much, and if you are a side that has a lot of vertical destruction, you can take out so much stuff, or at the very least point it out.
Yeah, that is definitely true, but the point of the IQ here as well is when you mentioned she's got a Claymore, she also has breach charges, and you know, a lot of teams do bring her with breach charges just in case, you know, if they're going for an upstairs take, because upstairs takes, you know, tend to be that kind of trade war. They're trying to open up vertical play, maybe they lost their book, or they lost their IQ, or whatever. Having that kind of redundant play, where they have the ability to, you know, bring a different soft creature in as well, is definitely something that IQ is very underrated for. But the Claymore is going to come out from Array here, and it's like, yeah, already going to trying to get this open. I wonder if they're going to be able to do it quicker than they did last time. It was 143 they got the East Wall open last time.
Indeed.
What is happening here? Everyone's like repelled upside down. Oh yeah.
Well, they're kind of maybe, you know, doing a challenge. I bet strat roulette. But you know, finally, finally.
That's quicker. That's quicker. It's a little bit quicker, but it is definitely quicker. It's about 3 or 4 seconds quicker coming out from him. As Arrow are gonna get open this East Wall very, very quickly. This is one of the key objectives to getting open. A little bit of a weird thing for Aerowolf is they're not taking a Habana, and I kind of would have thought they would to open up Garage and cut off the rotate from the Maestro, because he doesn't actually have a rotate into the site here. That can't be just blocked off from the east.
Oh, you can see, the...
yeah.
Oh, but Mental is just gonna walk straight into the room. I'm not sure if he didn't notice or he didn't care, because he's gonna get the kill onto Poggers nonetheless.
Honestly, that's how you play the Montaigne.
Yeah.
I think Mentalist did the right thing. He just tanks the Cube Mines and he needs to get the kill, then he can take it out. Because if he takes it out there, he's dead.
Correct. But you know, teams try different strategies and meta does ebb and flow. But right now, I agree that is the perfect way to play, and Mental is clearly learning from the best. The captain, usually the one who plays the Monty Lunar Metal. So
yeah, and he's been replaced clearly. Let's see how it's going to go through. As Array is going to do it below. Like the drone play coming out. What a shot from Array! Oh my god! That Asian friend just got absolutely deleted, and Array finds yet another one down below. Now it's a 5v2, and MBT just falling apart. Array, what's going on? The IQ fragging coming out. Array with a 4K. Aerowolf take round number 5. That was absolutely beautiful from Array. He just runs all the way up here. There's barbed wire. What's going on?
Well, I mean, it was a 1v5. I don't think he really could have done much other than collect maybe a few exit frags as he went about his... dying to Array, I guess. Can you imagine? Array is... He is really, I would say, he kind of flies under the radar sometimes. not so much, because he is known for those flashy plays like getting a 3K from a boss G on LAN. He does that kind of stuff. So not that under the radar, but you know, Ysera kind of has a bigger reputation than him. So he doesn't like that. He likes people to know. 4-1.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Just
Yeah.
one more round before the roll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta think as well, this is a very, very defender-sided map. Obviously, you know, without a Thermite or a Habana or even a Maverick ban, this can turn into an attacker-sided. And Aerolf have really abused the fact that there's a Maverick on the board here. This downstairs defense often relies on impact tricking on the kitchen hatch. I'm not sure if MBT are even aware that you can do that, considering their lineup.
Yeah.
I hope that they are aware. What is happening here? Is he put a Griswold mine? I'm not sure what SMZ wanted to do here with the Griswold mine. What's wrong? He's going to be bringing the mute shotgun. I like this mute jammer.
Yeah.
I don't think he can quite get it.
There we go.
Yeah, no, you can get it on there. But I would like to see him trying to open up the impact holes, but I'm assuming Legion does have impacts available to him.
Yeah, there you go. That's one.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of a
would
waste considering you have a shotgun.
Yeah, I would have used the shotgun or the shotgun pistol. They have a lot of self-destruction on the defender side as well, so a bit of a waste because now they can just bait it out. And they even have a Maverick, so if push comes to shove, they can just use 2.5 blowtorches. Though I believe one of those blowtorches has been used to open up dirt tunnel. But Array this time, his reign of terror will not carry over into this round. Pogga shuts him down.
How did that happen?
I didn't.
Because he died on his
there
entry.
you go.
What, there's a
Triple
roam in bar, and he's just... Yeah, he's still playing on the top of the stairs right now. This man should be dead already. Pogga is still going to be playing up there. That Asian friend also going to be on the roam here. I wonder if they got a Maestro cam in bathroom looking down at the moto hatch, or got one maybe in logistics looking down the hatch. We don't have one here, but sometimes they do tend to put one in logistics and like aim down at the kitchen hatch, deny it that way. That'd be really good, but it's not gonna matter. He's gonna entry there and get the kill easy as that. He's gonna be playing around with hysterics. They're gonna go for a nice room clear, and yeah, like he needs to just drop off here entirely, and he will be able to do so.
See,
The fact that yeah, I do, and I don't like the fact that Aerolf just let him get away with that roam and didn't punish him as heavily for it as he really should.
But yeah, after that they kind of picked it up. I like that duo with Serifs and Ysera. You know, just peeking, one peeks, then he realizes he doesn't have the angle, and he backs off. He doesn't like push the kill too hard. And that double roam, that SMZ, double triple roam really, the Jaeger, the Ella, and the Maestro trying to support each other with, it didn't work out as well as they would have hoped, but that was pretty good idea from them.
Yeah, kitchen hatch getting opened up very, very early on, of course. And yeah, looking really good for Aerolf in terms of control here, but they're running out of time to try and get stuff open and trying to get that opening picks. I really don't like that Maestro cam being there because there's a Maverick on the board, but Maverick's not even going to care. He's actually going to make his way through into dirt. And this is not the first time these areas made a hole like that and made his way into a very weird entrance. But he's going to make his way all the way into dirt. No one's even watching dirt right now, but the barricades is going to be closed. It's going to be Spirited who makes his way into the site. Pogga goes down, and now it's a 4v3. Hysterics going to move onto the site, but Hysterics is going to pick up a skill, and then we go Mentalist with the ADS kill. Hysterics picks up another one, and Aerolf take round number 6. They're looking very, very good as they move on to the defense right now. Massive mistakes coming out, especially in terms of setup from the defense right there.
Yeah, indeed. And
Again.
I was kind of questioning whether Monty would even go into the kitchen, but it doesn't really matter when everyone can just simply frag out, and the Monty himself can frag out. And gym bedroom as the first bomb site, it seems.
Yeah, no, I don't mind this. I will mind it if Aerolf don't stick to pick onto a castle here, because I'll be very upset as Spaghetti. I don't mind them not picking the castle here, but if they don't stick pick, please.
Come on, castle.
Mentalist?
Castle?
Mentalist?
Castle?
Mentalist? Mentalist! No!
Okay. Oh no, they have 3 hard breaches that they're gonna have to fight. They're gonna open up.
You know what I think? I think we need Lunar Metal back in there. I think that is worthy of just getting him out of there. Mentalist. Takes the smoke. Yeah, obviously, like, smoke's really good here, but you need a castle for this fight, honestly. Maybe they're feeling too confident, and maybe this strat is revolving around not having a castle.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna jump out and stuff.
And, you know, I'm not that critical of it as well, because I'm not thinking about castle to deny lines of sight so you can bandit trick, or to play around sort of like construction push. But the fact that obviously there's a Maverick on the board here is going to eliminate quite a lot of that, so there's not really any reason to be playing around that area. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what MBT should have done. They should have set it up exactly this way, because now Ysera set it for an impact trick, so they can't push onto here too quickly. He's delaying time. He's going to put Legion Mines around here as well to try and stop the push going through. But yeah, we'll see it goes through. But I'm not confident from MBT, and Airwolf has just such a better idea of what to do here.
Yeah, Paga is playing the Monty. He has played quite a bit of Monty, and that's good that they have a drone in front to just get rid of any mines that Ysera has placed down. And he is not quite going to be able to generate one, but he will get one very soon. And one of those drones did go down, so maybe we'll see the Monty get hit by one of those very soon. Below, the Asian friend's going to solo push into Stockholm. Hopefully they have cleared this out successfully. Oh, that's going to be a free kill. Array does take down Civil. The Asian friend just a bit too slow. And I'm not sure if he's going to be trying to get peak holes open. Clearly Ysera has heard him. And so he's going to expect that double push together with the Monty and that Maverick.
That is way too aggressive for a Maverick to be that early in the round. I'm glad it worked out for him, but this is not what a Maverick should be doing when he's still needed. Oh, he's almost going to get picked. And Ysera is going to be playing around onto Cash Room. Looks like smoke should be coming out. There we go. Mentalist does take down Pogger. He's not been having a good game.
Yeah, I don't think he noticed, or he didn't expect someone to be playing that rotation hole. And he pays the price for it. You lose your shield, and that's a big loss, because shields, at least in today's meta, this season's meta, how it's looking to shape up, it's very shield dominant, and to lose a shield on an attack doesn't bode well.
Yeah, definitely. But very good to be playing where they can now, as Repels are actually going to come through onto the south. Jacuzzi wall is going to get opened up, I hope. He did just put the thermite charge, right? Oh, sorry, it was muted, so yeah. Yeah, he's going to get rid of that. He's going to open Jacuzzi wall. This puts Spirited in a really bad position now, because he can get peeked from two sides, and he doesn't really have that much support, because Ysera is still playing Cash very tightly, and it's 30 seconds left to go, but the Maverick's still over here! What's happening? What is the Maverick doing there? This is not where the Asian threat. I mean, I get cutting off the rotate here, but he can do this from a much better position, maybe on strip roof and just holding down. That way you can rotate into the site and go for the push. Now 3v4, not looking too good for MBT to try and make this last second push. We've got two people expecting to rotate out, and this wastes you so much time. It's only going to be down to the thermite to push in. Ysera takes down one, but instantly shredded out by SMZ. He's going to hop in, but there we go. A double kills coming out here. Hysterics and Spirited both finding theirs, and Error will take round number 7 and put themselves on the match point.
So let's just sum it up. If you guys weren't really paying attention, what happened there? In a man disadvantage, Impetus dedicates 2 men to 1 roamer. In a man disadvantage, on attack as time is dwindling. So, like, do you guys see the logical jump there?
Well, yeah, so they were clearly very concerned about that rotate that he could have done onto the server barricade, and, you know, on the window there, and just light them up as they're going for the gym push. But if you're doing that, and you're really that concerned about it, and you're putting that much manpower to it, you could do either A, push him and just kill him, because you have the utility to do it, and you know there's just one man there, or just all push through Jacuzzi, because then you don't even have to deal with that angle. I feel like the adaptation coming out from MBT during these rounds is very, very poor.
Yeah, this is a very classic strategy that they are bringing out. Airwolf on defense. You have a 6-foot frost, you have a Maestro, Bandit, Valkyrie, and Jaeger. And we've seen this actually played a few times, this exact strategy, exactly what Spirit is playing usually is Luna Metal, playing the Maestro. And he's just gonna put a shield up, he's gonna peek up and down, use his evil eyes. He's gonna have Array, Beam of Menace downstairs probably, and then you have the surprise Frost Trap. One of them 100% going to be behind that shield. So if Spirited dies or he has to fall off, they're gonna try and bait any shield players into vaulting that and losing their life. There aren't any shields, however, so a bit of a waste.
Well,
but
I mean, the point of the shield here is that if a Monty did push all the way up there, then he's screwed, because either he jumps over and he just dies, and you know, as you said, you know, the shield is not in a position where he can aim down and shoot the Frost Trap before he falls into it. So there's not going to be a shield player, but I do appreciate the strategy. Oh my god, how does this happen? What? There was a Nitro!
where was that?
Where did that come from? Did he jump out a gym window? Mentalist seems sure he should have picked someone for that. My god, that's so aggressive.
And Array's gonna pay the price. He's asking HP, my friend it's 100.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious.
Wow, this man's throwing bricks onto the goddamn roof here. But Mentalist still going to be playing around onto bedroom area. As you see, the push is going to start to come down onto the site. East wall is getting opened up, and this is actually a little bit quicker coming out from MBT than it was from Aerowolf, as Hysterics wide peeks out and takes down Polga, who again, is just not having a good time today.
Yeah, Polga's has been struggling quite a bit, but Civil's actually gonna use Hibana charges, and alright, fair enough, why not? But you can shoot them out, as I believe Hysterics has done, because it's a soft wall. So, well, there you have it, I guess. You don't get the sideline you wanted, but he is going to crouch his way onto a headshot onto Spirited, both of them crouching left and right. Another Nitro gets blown, but Civil is aware of that position of that Roma inside of Cash. Sorry, not Cash. Yeah, it is Cash. And already inside SMZ, Civil is gonna actually get pushed. Ysera and Hysterics stayed on one, but what's going on in SMZ? You can't be so slow. The Asian friend does get taken down, but he's gonna get picked right back up, and Hysterics with about 55 HP, he's going to have to try and save this. He can't. MBT get one more round on the board.
I don't understand why Hysterics would peak that, because he had the Maestro cam up still. He had no reason to play that aggressively. He didn't have a Nitro, so I get he wants to play aggressively and he wants to get the kill, but you could wait for the plant to go down, then kill the guy who's not planting, then come back, wait for the plant to start going down again, then peek out and be aggressive off of that. But he played that really badly, and he just got immediately shut down for it. Also, why? Let's go back to that again right at the start. Mentalist is jumping out of a construction window, and he's throwing a Nitro onto the roof to try and get an early pick. And I get it. I get the Mentalist is a young man. It's his first Pro League game. Officially, I guess.
Yeah, officially.
And, you know, he's looking to make a name for himself. But this is not how you do that. That is a massive waste of utility, where if he really wanted to actually get that kill, he could have just ran out and just shot him. It would have been way easier.
And Ari, I guess, he's like, alright, kid, this is how we do it. I think, hopefully. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, but, you know, talking about making a name for yourself, I don't think that should be the goal of any Pro League player. Making a name for yourself, going for the fame, that's the wrong mentality. Stop asking for the Twitch HP! Mentalist!
He's obsessed, he's convinced that something should have happened.
10 seconds left before
you know what happened? You missed. That's all. You missed.
5 seconds remaining.
Whether it was your fault, the guy moved away, or you know something caught the C4 that you weren't expecting.
And defuse a bomb.
There's no way Starks gets away with this. He should get dropped instantly, but oh my god. How does he almost get killed there? That is not something that should be happening. This is really, really bad from MBT.
If that was a Jaeger, that would have been dead. Seriously, there we go. At least they're gonna have to reset.
He's gonna get reset.
Yeah, but if they have
to. It's fine. Things happen. People make mistakes. Bullets come through. It's all very scary. This is something that Airwolf didn't do, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, and it's good to see that MBT are actually doing it. So, I talked about how Maestro was playing at the top of the garage rafters, and they didn't open up the rotate where they just did on like the corner of the garage wall, but they actually opened up the entire garage wall. I think it's because that Airwolf were playing with a roster that they couldn't afford to have a Habana in there as well as the Maverick, but there's actually no Maverick from MVT. It shouldn't matter that much because they can get this wall open without him, and I don't think, you know, there's really going to be that much contesting coming out from Airwolf to try and close that east wall.
Yeah, indeed. But, you know, we might just see, unless there's like vertical pressure, Hysterics might try for the bandit trick, and if he does, they're gonna need both the Hibana and the Thermite working in conjunction, and they will need either vertical pressure from below, as I said, or they will need the Twitch to utilize the drones perfectly. Speaking of Hibana, she goes down, and Olga goes down. The Asian friend trades one back, and it's 3v3 again. SMZ takes down Array, so that's good refrags, but not really on the people who took down the teammates.
Bomb located by
What is
attackers.
Mentalist doing this game?
Just having fun.
He's just sat in the middle of the bedroom looking at
He's playing ranked.
something into construction. Yeah, I honestly think he switched his brain to ranked mode. Luna Metal needs to get his boy back in the mode, but you know, he's not here. That's unfortunate. Ysera gonna be holding down! Oh, he waits so patiently. Beautiful from Ysera. Takes down Moose as he moves through. That's also Diffuser as well, but oh, SMZ and the Asian friend will shut down his hopes. All down to Spirited in 1v2. He is getting spotted here as well. He should have a Maestro Cam on site. There we go, he does actually have it. So yeah, he needs to just play around the intel, and it's 20 seconds, let's go. He has plenty of time to work with here, but no! The white peak comes up from the Asian friend, and again, the 1v2 just not being played around the intel from Airwolf.
Maybe, just maybe, they didn't have like the perfect intel. Perhaps the Maestro cams weren't perfect, the Valkyrie cams weren't there. But nonetheless, look at what's happening here. How many attack wins has that been? That's been one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 attack wins out of the 9.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
what-
this is
Southeast Asian
but
is-
this is the point that I made. When 2 hard reaches and the Maverick is available, this is going to become very, very attacker sided.
Yeah, Southeast Asia is not banning the stuff that other regions ban, so maybe it's a different meta. Maybe it will pay dividends. Maybe it won't,
Attackers
because
need to
if,
locate
like,
and
suppose
defuse
they go to
bombs.
the land and they're used to playing with these hard features available, and then you have like, I don't know, let's pretend Dark Zero gets there. Dark Zero bans the hard feature, and these guys obviously not banning shields in this map at least. They're gonna be in for a world of pain.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't think that, you know, Dark Zero played too well off of their shields though, and it's kind of easy to bait out a blitz to push kind of easy into
10
you.
seconds to go.
I will say that, yeah, it's very hard to deal with Mint on the blitz, and when he's going for it, he's going for it. But we did actually see them lose Cold Powers to Disrupt during the Invitational qualifiers, so, you know, it's not all cut and dry, it's not all black and white, and Disrupt didn't actually ban a shield there, so, you know, it does work out both ways sometimes. But we are going to see, this is going to be still match point here to Airwolf. They have a great opportunity to take this in, but this is an uphill battle for Airwolf, honestly. We already just talked about 7 out of the 9 attack rounds so far have been victories for the attackers. Yeah, this is, and yeah, wow. Pogga's really expecting that, huh? He's really expecting Mentalist to fly out that window again.
Mentalist, I swear to God, if you ask for HP, I'm gonna slap you next time I see you. You hear that?
There you go. You see it, yeah. You gotta live up to that now. I'm gonna...
Yeah, I know you're
I'm gonna
bigger
hold
than
you
me,
to
I know you're taller than me, I know you're much scarier than me, but I'll slap you. I've 4 years on you, so you better watch out.
There you go. Yeah, respect your elders. But anyway, MBT gonna try and move up onto the jacuzzi wall, try and get it opened up as quickly as possible. Bandit's not really trying to bandit trick this, and again, you know, there's no castle coming out, so... And we kind of expected this, we were talking about this earlier, about how there's no reason to contest this, but oh, he's just gonna do it anyway! That's not smart, Hysterics!
Wait,
how are you alive?
Usually you get down. We have seen this so often. Super from Rogue.
No, because he cancelled it before he put it down completely.
Committed.
No, he came off of it and then he ran away. But when he was running away, you're supposed to shoot him.
Yeah, he had his back turned.
Yeah.
Just lost 25 heat. That's... Oh, Spirit, what? How's he down? What? Oh.
He got shot.
Oh, fantastic insights, Stern.
Nah, thanks. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are going to see in the last minute of the round getting underway. Now it's Arrow. Wolf just desperately trying to hold on, but MBT definitely starting to do work here. So we see it is a 5v3. They're going to try and move into the site. They got plenty of utility, got plenty of time. EMPs are going to go down as well. What is this? Okay, he's just going to open it up with Havana. And there we go. He's going to try and push in over. There we go. Ysera taking what I like to call the rat spot. He's going to get a kill for free there. Just holding it down. He's getting another one as well. They're just going to jump into him. What is happening? Ysera just picking up 3 kills right now. As he pulls around, 20 seconds to go on the clock. Mentalist picks up onto Pogga, and now, yeah, Mentalist gets a double kill, and now it's all down to Night Asian trying to try and bring this in. It's a 1v3. If he can't take this round, he will lose, and there we go. Ysera takes him down with a 3k. Airwolf take round number 10, and they take the series.
Okay, so that was really Mentalist, the real Mentalist, coming out for a bit, not the rank. But... Oof.
I don't like that Hysterics is the MVP here after what he just pulled off. But, you know, there we go. It is going to be him as the MVP. Airwolf with a very deserved victory. MBT with quite a few things left to learn from that for sure.
Indeed. So Airwolf with the victory here. 7-0. 7-3. Map number 1 was Coastline. Map number 2, as you just saw, was Clubhouse. So, your first Southeast Asian game that you have cast to an app. Give it to us.
Both teams make huge amounts of mistakes. But that happens everywhere in competitive. That is not determined. I will say that MBT, they were kind of playing all over the place. Their setups were really bad. And, you know, I'm not going to be crude about that. As I said at the start, if you are not willing to be able to play at this level, then you don't deserve to be here. And, you know, you have to be willing to put in the time. You have to be willing to put in the preparation to be able to be effective at this level. But, yeah, this was really bad from MBT. Their setups were really bad. They did bring it back slowly on Clubhouse during their attacks, and they were definitely much better.
Mentally, he's still in chat about the C4.
Mentalist is still, he's convinced. Maybe it did go through, but that's just unfortunate.
What?
But yeah, I think there does seem to be a lot of things to go down and work through. Airwolf definitely have things to work on. I think they're the main thing I want to take away, and if Airwolf, any one of them are going to listen to this, work on your pre-place drones and get control quicker, because there was a lot of opportunities where they're letting roamers get away unpunished. And that should not be happening. They should be moving much, much quicker than they were. And they weren't exactly stalling out. They knew what to do. And they had good setups. And they did definitely, you know, they're an experienced team. They know what to do. Just maybe the coordination initially on the start of the pushes isn't quite there. And their roam clear isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah, indeed. And apparently, Mentalist says Hysterics played this match with 0 sound. So we did have a rehost on the first map, I believe, for the sound bug. But, you know, on the second map, but didn't fix the problem, perhaps, and he played the rest of the game and still got top frag. So maybe, I guess, those weird things that he was doing, like the almost failed thermite charge that he tried to bandit trick, maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyways, our next matchup, that is going to be Xavier versus Generic. So Xavier Esports, #1 in Southeast Asia, dethroning Airwolf after a very long time. And then Generic Esports, coming up from the Challenger League, I believe they finished 3rd behind Intelligent Yes Tag and Dreamers. Dreamers disbanded, Clickbait Tactics disbanded in the Pro League. And there you go, MBT Impetus coming up and following Generic Esports. So we might be going for a break unless you have something to say. So now.
So sorry. Who played with no sound?
Hysterics, the bandit.
So
it's at the end.
yeah. So he's bandit tricking with no sound.
Apparently so.
That's very brave. I'll say that much.
That's a Jeremy. That is a Jeremy thing if I've ever seen one. That's a Jeremy play. That's what he does. Anyways, yeah, we are going to cut to a break. Just waiting for the next match, Xavier versus Generic. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Alright, guys, welcome back. Hope you didn't go anywhere. We are going to be bringing you the second matchup of the night. That is Xavier versus Generic. I'm in New York, and with me is Stonab today, who's going to be casting quite a lot of the Southeast Asian Pro League with me. How are you doing, Stonab?
I'm doing good. We just saw a great matchup. Fairly one-sided coming out from Airwolf, but definitely mistakes coming out from both teams here. We're going to see Xavier Esports versus Generic Void Esports and seeing exactly how this is going to go down. You seem to favor Xavier here for some reason.
For some reason, and if you guys don't know, that some reason is the fact that these guys went through Challenge League without dropping a map. Then, in Season 7, then came up to Season 8 and instantly dethroned the kings of Southeast Asia, Airwolf, and went to LAN as the first seed. At that LAN, people were like, alright, these guys don't really have LAN experience, so they may choke. They choked, but they choked after, after getting to the semi-finals, after defeating Mantis FPS, who are no joke to be laughed. No joke, they are not to be laughed at. They made it to the Paris Major Season 6 finals. They are going to the 2019 6 Invitational. That's who they beat. And they beat Airwolf, swept them aside pretty much. And these guys are fantastic players, really good guys, always on time. And Generic, on the other hand, they just came up from the Challenger League, sure, but they came up as the third place team in the Challenger League. They really have everything stacked against them.
Yeah, they definitely do. But as I said last time as well, and I make the same point here, is that Xavier probably going to save some stuff, not going to show everything, might get insanely aggressive with it. That's definitely something you can very easily play against if Generic Void are smart about it. We didn't see that kind of strategy coming out from the last time. Arrow just kind of rolled all over them on coastline. But hopefully this will be a little bit better and a little bit of a closer matchup. And as I said, you can throw off these high-level teams with just a couple of pocket strats and maybe like a weird ban.
Talking about throw off an APAC, we all remember what happened in Rio. Fnatic just...
Well, I mean, yeah,
exactly.
That's a great point about it, right? That Fnatic played completely, like, insanely aggressively. They were playing with Dizzle, so they had to play off of their strats. You're not going to beat EG in a strat war when you don't have your full 5 lineup. They realized that. They seem to throw half their strategy out the window, and they played some very interesting strategy coming out. And yeah, it was just a very weird adaptation. Also, I just want to point out that is that EG didn't have a coach available to them, because Gotcha wasn't actually on the roster technically, so he wasn't able to call timeouts. So
that's unfortunate.
That can be a big issue. We also see why that just doesn't work competitively normally, because then G2 completely destroyed them. So yeah, you see like that kind of playstyle. It can come out as a pocket strat, and it can be good, especially against high level teams that maybe aren't really used to playing against it. Just something weird. I would just like to see something really weird here.
Well, we do have the teams ready, and just going through over the names. On Xavier Esports side, we have Lycolis, Producer Boom, Hajime, Healthcare, Red Sun. On Generic side, we have Bachelor, PTK King or King, Defty, Jibausi, and Yule. So we just almost ready to go. And, well, they are going first up on Coastline. Now, we saw Coastline just now. But Coastline is a map that you don't take Xavier to. Mantis paid the price. Fnatic very nearly paid the price. Airwolf paid the price a couple of times. They beat them, however, on the first time around when they were playing the upper final for the 6 Invitational qualifiers just last week, 2 weeks ago almost now. So they are not invincible, but it is by far and away their best map. And I would really, that would be my first ban against them. This one and Clubhouse, I would definitely never ever take these guys to either of these two maps.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree that being a good sort of lineup coming up from Xavier, and they've had a good track record on Coastline so far. You know, I just want to see, as I said, again, you know, if he comes to the operator ban stage and we see default bans, Jerry Void will just lose this game straight up because they're going to try and play it default, or they're going to play around their own pre-made strategy, and that did not work for the last team. It won't work for them.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely a tough matchup for Generic to get any headway into, because we saw a very similar thing just now, as you said, MBT versus Airwolf. These guys took them on Coastline, and Coastline is obviously, since Airwolf defeated Xavier, it is one of the surefire signs that you have strategies, and you have great strategies for Coastline. Obviously, they were sloppy, but you know, when push comes to shove, I think Airwolf is good at it, and Xavier is also fantastic at it. So the way that MBT struggled, losing 7-0, I wouldn't be surprised if Xavier trounces Generic 7-0 as well on Coastline. I would, seriously, come on, just like, I just authorized, you know, from CGG, I just authorized a post a few days ago, Candor Propaganda. He wrote the post saying why these two kings of Coastline, G2 and Xavier, you can win against them on Coastline. No team is invincible. But why would you take the risk, basically?
Yeah, no, why would you take the risk indeed? I don't know. If you play against a really high level team, you kind of just have to risk it all and just play not dumb, but different, because you're not going to beat them at their own game. It's just not going to happen. And no matter what kind of strategy, no matter what kind of, you know, play style you think you've got going for you, I guarantee Xavier just being able to play well off of each other, having played together for a while now, and, you know, having a very dominant performance last season, is probably just going to stomp all over it. So you have to play something that Xavier is not used to playing against, and is probably going to throw them off. So I just love to see weird bans coming through. For Coastline in particular, it's kind of hard to do that. I'd like to see a Jackal ban from one of the teams.
Oh, I would like a Jackal ban too, but I have a feeling we won't see
Or a
it.
book ban. A book ban would be very good in Coastline, and that's not entirely uncommon either in Coastline. There was a team, E-Gang, in North American Challenger League. They banned book quite a lot in their matches on Coastline. So
yeah, that's true, but I would not expect that to be banned against Xavier, because if Generic has done their homework, of which there's a lot, because for some reason people keep bringing Xavier to Coastline, there's a lot of homework, and you'll notice that one of the strongest operators for Xavier on this map is Glass. So the attacking operator I would ban from Generic side would be a Glass pick. And the problem is, you ban the Glass pick, they just go up, they turn around and bring a Blackbeard. It's a tough place, but at least the Blackbeard SR25 has received a nerf from what it was previously, so that's better. But definitely, if you are going to be as foolish to take them to Coastline, you better ban the Glass, and we're gonna get right into it. Let us see whether any of our predictions are going to be right. You said Buck or Jackal? I am saying...
Well, no. I would like to see those bans. I don't think those bans are going to come through.
What?
That is definitely different.
That is different, indeed. Monty is strong, but he's not the strongest on this map. What would you say?
I'd say Monty's pretty effective. It kind of depends on how you want to push. But we'll see Xavier is going to ban out the Ying, also a very, very powerful operator here on the Coastline. We'll see how it does go through, as we see Xavier going to ban out their first defender. I would guess the Mirror here, just to see. This is a very, very powerful defender. We actually saw the Mirror get through the bans last time on Coastline. I really hope that Xavier is going to ban out the Mirror here, just because it's so powerful. I know it's actually going to be the Maestro from them. So that does make sense as well. But this does lead Generic, who could ban the mirror against themselves, just so they go into a stronger side, or ban the Echo here, or maybe something a little bit weirder. It's actually been the Valkyrie. That's pretty good actually. That is actually a really good ban coming out for Generic Void, because we saw Aerowolf play very aggressively off of the intel from Valcams. The fact that they're not going to have that up for them means that they're not going to play, maybe not going to be able to play as aggressively as Aerowolf were.
Yeah, that's true, because you know you are up against a wall. You know you are outgunned, so to speak. Maybe you're not, but you know. Oh my God! Producing moves on the blitz and classic capital. Oh my God!
That's a lot of smokes.
I know exactly what. Okay. Thank God, it's not that bad. But that's a good swap from King.
Okay.
You know, he immediately sees that, alright, these guys are going for this very aggressive strategy. I need something more anchor heavy, maybe an ACOG and the Yokai that's going to be able to deal a bit better with them.
Yeah, it may also have been the fact that they're not going to bring the Echo immediately, like, into that. And the IQ might have been the 6-pick here, maybe in some more smokes or something like that. So there's actually still a good heads up play to hide the Echo. So I'm already liking the 6-picks coming out. This seems to be a lot more strategic coming out from both teams already. So we're going to get to round number 1 here. It's going to be a blue bar, sunrise bar defense.
Yeah, that seems to be these Singaporean teams' preferred first sight, and I like it. You know, there was a time where people didn't really like sunrise line. Usually used to be like a third site. Like first used to be Penthouse, then Kuka, then people used to even go to Kitchen, and then sunrise is really just relegated off to the side. But now it's come right into its own, and it's over. What? It's almost 2 years since Coastline came out, and still the meta is developing. So really great to see how Rainbow Six have developed, how Coastline has developed.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, definitely going to be getting good into here. Round number 1 getting underway. And we'll see Xavier just trying to drone out where they can through Penthouse and Theatre. Let's see what exactly is going on. But again, kind of the same issue that Airwolf is having, although this is going to be moving a little bit quicker for Xavier, is like pre-placed drones don't seem to be a big issue for them. They're not really taking control where they should be already, and they are finding early gunfights. The Colas is going to try and flashbang out, move all the way in. He's going to flashbang himself, unfortunately. We're going to see what's going on here, but there we go. Lou goes to the pre-fire, but Colas does get the kill, instantly traded about Yule, and that's going to be pretty good coming out from them, because it's already the Habana dead, and that's defused it down, and you are right, but there's going to be now refrags coming out. Healthcare is going to pick up a frag for himself, and now it's a 4v2. Not looking too good so far for Generic.
Yeah, definitely. That went pear-shaped so fast. Not even a minute, or just over a minute, I would say. Not even half the round, and it's a 4v2. And you have your Echo eliminated. Why? Why was your Echo even taking those fights?
Yeah, very aggressive coming out from both the Echo and the Habana. Some very important operators getting right on that front line. But Healthcare through the vertical play is going to pick up Bachelor. Now it's all down to Yule in a 1v4 to try and clutch this through. Still going to play in the hallway fairly aggressively. There should be smokes and the plant coming down sooner rather than later coming out from the glass. And yeah, there we go. Smokes are going to go down. Yule's going to signal that out and try and push through to see exactly where this plant is going down. The plant smoke is being covered. More smokes come down from the Capital. Yule's still holding on. The fuser starts to get planted, but Redstone will win out the fight. Xavier is supposed to take round number 1.
That was clinical. And today that was the best round we have seen on any map. I like that. And
I wouldn't say that. I'd say the first attack that came through from Aerowolf on this map was the best round we've seen today.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I do. Yeah. That was. But you know that wasn't something you would use every day. True that you got Hysterics got the double knife apparently with no sound. That was that was good. That was good. Fair enough. So I will concede that one of the best rounds then we have seen today. And Xavier doing that classic thing where they kind of try that triangulation from every side and onto the bomb side, and that's fantastic. 6v6 Zofia to Zofia.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
That's good. Xavier looking more well oiled than Airwolf so far?
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, just because they're kind of both still having the same issue. It all really comes down to drones. It doesn't matter that much in coastline, just because you can take control quickly. I mean, we kind of saw that as well, because they were getting kills while only moving just into the building. But on the clubhouse, you're having to move much further in to really get any real control. So I think it's kind of coming down to the map, but I still feel like pre-placed drones is a big issue for a lot of high-level teams, and they're not really utilizing this. We'll see how this goes out as we move into round number 2. It's going to be a fairly similar setup coming out from GNC here.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. So the last time they had that Capitao on the reppling on that window that just took down that mirror player, like it was pushed in with the flashes, the cover wasn't perfect enough. They got the refrag, but they lost the player, which they really shouldn't have. That kind of aggression should be punished. And there we go, Jibausi gets the first kill, producer boom off the board, soft destruction, all gone. And where was that from?
It looks like he got it from the top of metal in onto the top of skylight. I'm gonna guess, just because I'm not sure where else you would get that from. It's gonna be 3v5 already off the bat. Xavier not looking too good right now all of a sudden, but they do have a lot of utility and plenty of time to work with, as well as drones coming out now from Red Sun to see what exactly they can make out of it. But Nitro is going to go out completely wasted utility coming out there from Void, but there's still quite a lot to work with here for the attackers, but they are starting to run out of time.
Yeah, indeed, and Hajime, might spot the feet. We can't take the shot. He's waiting for him to get static, and he's not going to wait any longer. He's just going to fall off. Red Sun has taken down Jibausi, PTK, PT King, or King. I'm just going to call him King. He had, dearie me. Could we get a headshot? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Defty gets taken down. The Echo off the board. Big kills. 3v3 and health advantage actually now in Xavier's favor. They're still not resetting King.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be a 3v3, don't forget. 3-5's coming out from King, and he does get wall banged down. There goes Hajime, and he'll get the kill easy as that. 3-5's coming down, it's cool vibes, great info coming out here, but it's not going to be good enough. You'll just take down Red Sun. Now it's a 2v2, that's your Capitao off the board. You don't really have as much control as you would really like at this point. You've not pushed the site yet. We've got 1 minute left to go on the clock. There's still X-Kairos up as well. That should be used to open up the hatch then. Lyco's going to do that just as easily. He's still got flashbangs as well on the board, so plenty of utility as we've talked about. Lyco's just going to peek around where he can. They should really try to play together. His is very aggressive coming out already. This is not looking too good for either team right now, but I would start to favor the attackers more and more here as they start to get control. Default cam does go down. Hajime trying to move in, goes for the pre-fire, does take him down, and now it's a 2v1. He does have control of the mirror, and Bachelor going to try and play around where he can. Good over the pre-fire, he does get a kill. Beautiful shot coming out from Bachelor. And he gets the 2k! Oh my god! Bachelor with a 2v1. Beautiful clutch from him. Generic Void take round number 2.
That was great. Sure, it's not perfect, but that was great, the overall, from Generic. So what they did was they realized the previous time their aggression or the way they're trying to hold wasn't really working out. So they went for the early quickfire double kill that they got. One went to King, one went to Jibausi, and they got the 3v5. They tried to hunker down a bit, didn't work out. But at the end of it, they started getting the refrags that were oh so important, and then of course capped off by a fantastic clutch by Bachelor.
Yeah, no, they definitely did do very well with that. It's still like very high risk, but as a defender in this game, you kind of have to be a lot more aggressive, especially in the current meta, and you have to get those early picks. And yeah, looking at this lineup, this is horrible to deal with.
Ouch, man. But it worked out for Generic just now. And they did this despite losing the Echo. Just caught on his drone by the IQ. Not sure why you do that, especially under a destructible floor where they have brought an IQ. You can't just bank on them. Oh, maybe this is effective. No, you just
10 seconds left before
play
insertion.
safe, perhaps. Don't go on a drone that often. At least until you have information, solid information where the IQ is. Because these guys will try to. Hajime and the rest of Xavier are that good.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think they will finish you for this. But we're going to move through into round number 3. It's all tied up at 1 apiece right now. My main problem, that's a really bad mirror. I really don't like that. Because this could get, the shield could get destroyed super easily. And you've just wasted your mirror there. So
yeah,
I don't...
If the attackers
like
don't
that.
shoot it, they might be able to use that. If they get a
Yeah.
plant off. In a post-plant scenario, that's it.
Yeah, this is really easy, but my main issue here as well is that anytime that a mirror is played on the site, if a bug gets control of above, mirror just becomes instantly useless.
Yeah, that is true. Now, like Colis couldn't close things out previous round. Defty's drone is actually gonna get spotted, but can't land the shot from that angle. He might get it shot down very soon. Or was that Defty himself? I think he was the drone. But like Colis gets the first kill this time, Gbausi doesn't get that opening frag. They really set things in motion. Like Colis now, he knows they are triangulating on this final Roma, and there we go. King gets taken out to exactly Xavier what they died to, and look, oh my god, Defty again on the drone, again loses his life to a wallbang. Healthcare takes out you, and this is looking terrible.
Yeah, Capital balls are going to start to come down. Bachelor left alone yet again. He's going to pick up 1 kill, but does get pushed out. Always magazine so low, but the prone angle comes out from Lycolis. He takes him down. Xavier take round number 3. Very good from them. But that was really terrible coming out from Generic Void. And I hate to say it like that, but they're taking so many one-on-one fights, and there's just no trading coming out from them at all.
See, I thought they fixed their issues just now because they were playing for the refrags in the second round. Because the first round they didn't. And then they go back to doing that, where they don't play the refrags. That is a...
Well, it's not a strategy thing, it's just a...
Yeah,
like, you want to
cohesion.
refrag, right? It's just more about positioning and communication, and... Yeah, when a lot of kills come down in a very, very quick amount of time, then it's kind of very, very chaotic, and I'm sure every single comp team has experienced it, where, you know, lots of kills come down, a lot of executes start to come down, a lot of utility starts to come down, and then a lot of bodies start to come down as well, and comms can start to get a little haywire. I really hate this mirror. I don't know why he's doing it like this.
It's a bit confusing, but maybe they're gonna clap back like they did in round 2. Maybe they just, you know, they're taking their first pro league match after all, and really the worst case scenario, the worst possible opposition they could have hoped for. Someone had to play them. It's gonna be the generic. So maybe they're like taking the time to figure out the ebb and flow of what happens when you go up against the strong teams. They won't have all the season to do it though. So, and one thing I'm glad is that Defty has been moved off the Echo. They put Yule on the Gbausi on the Echo because his aggression got punished in the second round. In the third round, and Defty fell yet again, 2 rounds in a row to the IQ. So perhaps that's gonna pay some dividends.
Yeah, maybe. I still kind of get the feeling that from Generate they don't actually have any real roles. They're just kind of playing 5-man flex, and yeah, just taking whatever they need. It's kind of what Aerowolf do as well, and I don't really mind doing that if everyone's capable of it. But it can, again, just kind of mess up your comms sometimes. But Bachelor going to go down as he does go for the run out there. I'm not quite sure why the Mirror's going to go for such an early run out, but that's already losing a Nitro.
Yeah, he needs a Nitro to take down that. That's a waste. Absolute waste, and then he loses his life. He got that clutch, and he got 1 kill at the end. Oh, like Colis might get caught out. There we go. On his drone. King levels things at a 4v4. 1 minute still left to go, and this prone angle might not be expected. Producer Boom does try to latch onto him, and there's Diffuser dropped right next to King. Oh dearie me, that's a bad way to play that angle. He had the advantage, but didn't utilize it to his full potential. Now he's so low on HP, and curiously, you know, they are not trying to. If they're gonna play this kind of very aggro and then passive game, maybe they should think about bringing a doctor. Oh, okay, gets taken out. That is the Ash.
Yeah, that is the Ash indeed. It's going to be a 2v4. All of a sudden, not looking too good for Xavier to try and bring this in, but they do have plenty of time left on the table to try and bring this in. They've also got full utility on the Capitale right now, well, except for the Claymore, of course. But, like, this is exactly what you need to try and take the site, exactly. But that's now what they need to start thinking about. They don't have self-destruction. What? Redson just picks out King from the luggage rotate. There we go. And this is about 50 seconds left to go on the clock now. And there's, as I said, plenty of time to work with now. You can just take their time a little bit, drone it out. Maybe some people are thinking, a minute? You've not got any time at all. But actually, you know, if there's an outside entrance, then there's still plenty of time. And there we go. Redstone are going to rotate all the way down from the main stairs here. And IQ has made her way outside. So, this is looking really good for Xavier to try and go for the plant here. But it's going to be all about how effective these Capitale bolts are. Redstone going to move all the way through here. And he's going to put down his first few Capitale bolts. And he should be able to go for a plant sooner rather than later. That mirror window is going to be a big issue here, unless they smoke it out, which they should do so. Right now, Redstone should use his smoke on that, but he's not going to do so. He just runs all the way in. He's going to plant right next to it, and there we go. He's going to get nitroed for it, but the IQ tries to run in, does get picked up. Defty with the 2K there. Really well from him. Generic Void take that round.
This is so much closer. I would never have expected this to be this close. It's fantastic, really, from Generic that they are able to at least clap back every other round onto Xavier. Well done to them. They are impressing me. I did not expect such a great performance from them. But
yeah, it's definitely looking like a very close matchup. There was some good plays coming out from King as well in terms of positioning and gunplay, where he's taking the book down that early on. And as we said, if your book gets upstairs control, it makes those mirrors useless. But if he doesn't and he dies, those mirrors all of a sudden become insanely powerful. And we saw the result of that.
Yeah, indeed. And I think King really won them the round there with his roam. Like Colis, really horrible play from him. Just standing in the open with no cover at all, just droning and not even aware of anyone coming up to him. No one watching him. Loses the diffuser, loses the heart breacher, and then King gets one more. And that was pretty much it. That was the round almost done.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're gonna move through into round number 5. One thing I'm kind of confused about here, and I hope someone does, because no one did it last time. You know the purple curtain outside of North, outside of the hookah there? No one's gone there yet, and it's such a powerful angle. And no, we haven't seen a Billy's defense yet, but especially for mirror windows like this, that is such a great angle to take.
That's true, and if there's anyone I'd expect to take that... Oh no, Jibausi, he loses his yokai drone. That is unfortunate. Rotating it past the main door. See, this is another thing that Generic needs to work on. Once you have the action phase started, the prep phase is over, your setup should be largely done unless it's all like right on site where you can't get punished for it.
Bomb detected.
So that was a poor rotation for the yokai, not fast enough.
Yeah, a yokai drone should not be getting caught out there at all. But we're going to move through further into round number 5's action phase and see exactly how this is going down. But this is looking pretty good for Xavier so far. I mean, they already have utility on the board. They're already making moves. They already have decent amounts of control as well.
Indeed, and this is looking decent for Xavier, and King is going to get taken down, looking more than decent all of a sudden. Yokai off the board, the Ella that has been a problem for them on at least 2 of the rounds, she's off the board. And this is a very strong roam clear, and they have complete control of the second floor right now. Hopefully they have either flank drones or flank watchers right now. I believe the TK is going to take up one of those spots. And Redsun's actually pushing in through the service entrance right now. He realizes he's not needed on the second floor. They have spotted him out, but what a terrible peek from Defty. Completely exposing his body, and Redsun not quick on the draw, but still can punish him for it.
The way in which Defty peeked that was bad, but it was worse by the fact he didn't quick peek it first. But there we go. There's a flurry of kills going to come through both ways, going to leave you in a 4v1.
What?
He is going to get one kill, but instantly traded up by Lycolis. Moving through into the pool entrance there. Xavier Esports do take round number 5 and move through into their final attack.
Okay, so that peek from Yule, he just wide peeked. He didn't even try to dive back into cover. Maybe he knew that he was getting pushed from the other end, but that wide peek and he won that fight. I did not expect that, but decently enough.
Yeah,
you know, 3-2. They are not far behind, and finally we are seeing a change in the operator setup. We are having a castle being brought out.
Yeah, we are seeing a castle being brought out. It's definitely very interesting, but yeah, I do like it here, and this may actually go back. And I like the Ash being picked here as a counter. I'm assuming is the castle, but like Ability's defense does need the castle. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna close my eyes. He's gonna castle the hooker window that we're talking about. He's gonna castle the door, and he's gonna castle either the aquarium door or the billiards window, the double window. And I'm not right.
1 out of 3.
Where is he going?
maybe he's also good. So if he show us.
He's all over the place right now in his castle. I think he's actually going to castle the VIP door. No, there we go. Aquarium door is going to get castled. I really hope this billiards window gets castled. It would be a big disappointment if it didn't.
I think he might go for VIP. 5 seconds left. I actually think he might go for
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Is he just like saving one in reserve?
He's gonna pull it out at the last second.
Is he gonna be here? Yeah, okay, he's gonna be here.
I don't
understand this one. I don't understand. They know they're bringing a bug. He's just gonna bypass that.
No. I understand it, and it's fine. But I don't like it here because they aren't playing VIP right now.
Yeah.
So it seems pointless, and the fact that they could just take control, like doing that castle, just gives the other side just complete control over the penthouse area, and they can just hit that castle down, or they can just leave it up and they can just go the other way instead and push aquarium, and they know that can't be flanked through that way. They can only flank it through the hallway. Oh, that's just unfortunate.
He walked into the asphyxiation goal. Red Sun just pre-fired. He didn't actually know that the Jaeger was there, but he nets a kill, and Jibausi has been taken out as well. Unsure where that was. That's a really poor throw. Tries to retrieve it, but the Blackbeard on the window. He's gonna take him out. King, come on! He was right there. You didn't. What? Defty? I'm not sure if he's having technical issues, but that's the second round in a row that he has peaked with a terrible peak and terrible reactions.
Yeah, just not good at all coming out here. We're going to move through into round number 7. Xavier going to swap it around onto their defense now. And we'll see exactly how this is going to go down. They're going to go to billiards room defense first of all. As we are going to see people pick operators quickly. Hello? There you go. I'll let
auto pick. Just let it auto pick, man. I mean, why not strat roulette? That's how it happens, right? But okay, that was unfortunate that this was the first round after losing with it. They've always lost a round and then come back stronger, fixing their mistakes they did that for the first 4 rounds. Couldn't do it on round number 6, so they lose that half 4-2.
Defenders, protect your
now they're going on the attack, and losing coastline against Xavier the first half 4-2 isn't the end of the world, because the attack of Xavier is a lot scarier than the defense. And I'm supposing that Generic are going to go a bit more free-flowing, given how what they've shown us on defense. That might just serve them well enough to take apart this Xavier defense. But it's speculation at this point.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, we can do nothing but purely speculate here as casters. We're going to move through into round number 7. Of course, could be the first defense coming out. I don't like the lack of a castle here, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. It's concerning, but at least they won't have their Echo caught out twice in a row. Or you know,
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, they might still lose him. There is no IQ, but they might still lose him. But at least he won't be caught out.
My main concern here, as always on coastline, is there's a book on the board. And anytime there's a book on the board, vertical play is always a very serious threat. I'm not sure. We haven't seen. I haven't seen King's book. I don't know how good he is on this. But if you go against a good book player who's very aware of how the map works and where the rotates are, and you know he has the map knowledge, he can be a very devastating force. Yeah,
I do agree. And unfortunately, we have not seen Buck utilized to his full potential so far. We have seen pretty. Oh no, Bachelor gets caught out, tries to retreat back, but a good refrag from Defty. Jaeger for Zofia, it is a trade in favor of the defenders, but at least it's not like the Thatcher or the Buck. Or one of the hard. Really, that was... if you had to lose one, I would say Zofia was the best, but Bachelor just doesn't take the fight as he should have, a bit too cautious. Oh, and Defty gets lit up, but also lights up Producer Boom. That pulse is so low on top right now.
Yeah, pretty low on HP indeed. He's going to try and push it all the way around. It's going to be a 4v4 situation. They have a lot of control here, but they're not making a lot of work happen. And they have the intel on them. They know that two people are down here. This book is downstairs, and he's not making his presence known. The Duel is going to pick up the kill onto Red Sun. That's going to be the entry that they definitely needed here. But they're not making the progress that they need to. And it's Henry Healthcare who takes down the boat C before he can do anything with that. As we'll see, it is a 3v3. But everyone is stuck down here. They need to start making progress. Someone needs to rotate up. Need to go through crime. Only Buck should be down here right now.
Finally, because I was wondering, this guy has been harassing the attackers with the Yokai Blast like 3 times, I think at least 2 times, and they still didn't take it down. Like, they had a Thatcher. Just, if you're really unable to take a Thatcher, it'll drop to the floor. And look, now Healthcare is making that rotate downstairs, and it could work out well for him. He has a shotgun in hand, and the info game is going to be extremely strong. They have a Yokai, they have a pulse sensor, and they have this ACOR. That's going to be a free kill onto Defty for him. Oh, what a shot onto the window, and Hajime doesn't even need the help of his teammates. He just takes all 3 on his own.
Yeah, doing very well indeed for his team there. We'll get the 3K at the piece. And looking very, very good for Xavier here on the defenses. They're going to move into round number 8. Just a couple of rounds away from taking out the series here on Coastline. Xavier looking unstoppable right now.
Definitely. They are looking like, you know, right, those 2 rounds that they lost, kind of maybe getting a feeler for Void, or I mean, generic. GBLC, come on, change the tag. Stop confusing me. But yeah, maybe getting feeler for it, just getting back into the groove of, you know, competitiveness. Although they did play the qualifiers 1.5 weeks ago, and it's really a crying shame that they did not get their visas in time to go to Sydney, where they could have possibly made it all the way to Montreal. 6 Invitational. I would have said that they were the favorites if they had gone. But what's done is done, and they now have to work towards the Season 9 APAC Finals and possibly the Season 9 Grand Finals.
Possibly. But we're going to go through now.
Oh, look at that. 11 kills.
Producer Boom.
Yeah, Producer.
Producer Boom's he's not getting his kills today. But we're going to move through into round number 8.
5-2.
We'll see how it is good. It's 5-2 scoreline, of course. No, because he didn't put it down. Yeah, there you go.
No, he did. He lost the ADS. I think.
No, he put it down
and pick it up.
on site.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's probably gonna take it out. So, anyways, yeah, it's okay if that day you're not firing on all cylinders if the rest of the team is good enough to carry your slack. But obviously, you can't have that every week. So maybe Producer Groom's having an off day. Everyone has at least one day where they can't play up to snuff.
But it's also like, you know, kills on everything, everything like that, and he's playing his role fine. He's only got 2 deaths, So the only 2 times that he's died is when they've lost the round. So.
That's true, and he is the IGL for the team as well. So it's okay if he dies, it's okay if he's not getting the kills himself, as long as he's helping his team get the kills and secure the site. Healthcare gets the first kill of this round. Shibao sees, what, 3rd opening death, I would say?
Yeah, he's had quite a few of those, and losing the IQ already that early is not good. Like, Cola's gonna take down 2, he just goes huge! Beautiful from like Colas. Bachelor and King both find their deaths there. And now we'll be in a 5v2. Not looking too good at all, as Defty will try and push through into Aquarium and looking for the refrag, but they just have absolutely zero control here. They do have plenty of time and they do have plenty of utility to make some work go through, but honestly just not looking good for them.
I love the way that Xavier has taken this defense, just matching that aggression that Generic thought would serve them well, but you know, there we go, look at that, this roaming dog, the roaming one, and he's gonna go for another. He's not going to get it too much, but Red Sun, wow, that is a long range shotgun shot, and Yule goes down, Hibana off the board. That's too easy. Look at that, they are stacking up, they know, right, we lose one member, we're gonna get the other, and surely the diffuser drop call would have came out as well. Xavier Esports now on match point.
And doing very well for themselves indeed here, as they will move through onto a blue bar and sunrise bar defense in what could be our potentially final round here on Coastline. I like the castle. The way in which you can hold this is you can hold it the exact same way that you just held billiards, but open up a lot of the holes downstairs. There's no mirror coming out, which I'm a little bit confused by.
Well, it's okay. I mean, sometimes, you know, these guys may have stratted for a no mirror defense, for example, because they, I believe, they banned the mirror the first time round they played against Airwolf in the Invitational Qualifiers. They lost Coastline. Next time they didn't ban the mirror, so maybe they're thinking like, all right, our non-mirror strats aren't the strongest, so maybe let's try and work on them in the Pro League game. And they are 6-2 up. Usually I would say working on strat in the middle of a Pro League game is a terrible idea, but Xavier doesn't scrim, and some of you guys may know this, some of you may not. Those of you who don't know this, Xavier does not scrim. All they do is 5 stack in go fours and come and play. And you might be skeptical of this, but the results speak for themselves, I would say.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Definitely going through very, very well for Xavier. Let's see how they do take it down. As not sure about those pre-placed giants coming through, but
at least they're trying to listen to you, so that.
Well, no, like, the pre-placed drones, you know, it's good that we're using them, guys, but you know, it doesn't work if you don't really hide them that well.
No!
Bachelor's already just gonna TK! Oh no, what a disaster! Redson and Jaime both get kills of their own, and already, this is a 3v4. 3v2, sorry. Yeah, because it's TK. Wow.
4v2, yeah, sorry. I like that idea that King had. Oh no, he gets baited!
There you go, King goes down. Easily is that. It's all down to Jabosi to see what he can do, but he's got 2 minutes to work with, and he's got quite a lot of utility, but he is already getting peeked out. They know that he's in the courtyard here. He's going to get all the way into the main lobby, and he's being pushed out completely. This is not looking good for him, but no, he does get a kill. Some exit frags coming out, definitely very clutchable for him right now. But we'll see how he'll be able to clutch up. He's going to take on these one-on-one fights, as you can find them. He did just find another one from Red Sun, and he knows exactly where this EA game is. Things are going to start to come out, and he's going to be pushing through onto courtyard. Lots of pre-fires coming down. He's desperately trying to find this kill. He doesn't know exactly where he is. Oh, he's going to get white peeked out. Oh my god, this is going disastrously right now, but he has brought it into a 2v1.
And look, this is a problem that Xavier has had on Coastline especially. I'm not sure whether it's Hubris that is their best map, or it's just how they play. He's getting pinged all over the place. That's... oh, he's gone. But they always get very aggressive when it's the last man standing, and they do this, like, they've gotten a couple of interrogation. Producer Boom, he's nefarious. You know, he plays Caveira very often on this map, and a lot of times they get the interrogations and they get so aggressive and they just lose that man count. Will Jibausi expect this? He does, but can't snap too quickly enough. If not, he could have taken that 1v1. The crossfire wasn't actually there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That could have been definitely better things that both teams could have done there, but Xavier Esports moving through to take the series 7-2. Very well played from then on Coastline. I don't think any surprises there.
Yeah, definitely not a surprise. You bring Xavier to their strongest map. This is what you're gonna get. Hajime with 39 each for Lycolis, Producer Boom. Red Sun and Healthcare Producer Boom. Unfortunately, he is going to be stuck on that donut, but doesn't matter. They won 7-2, and now we're waiting for map number 2. Map number 2 is going to be Oregon. So what do you think is going to happen to Oregon based on what you're seeing of the play styles of each map?
So we talked about Clubhouse, and we actually saw quite a lot of attacker rounds being run on Clubhouse last match. But for this one, Oregon is a very, very linear map. It has a very defined strategy to it, and it's all about the roam game as well. I don't think this is going to be a very close matchup with the way that I've already just seen. Unless something weird happens.
And yeah, well, you have come to the right place if you want to see something weird. Southeast Asia is all about the weird. Like when Skyscraper was in the rotation, guess what was the secondary bomb site? It was Office.
What?
Office.
It's Office.
Like why? Why would you not go Kitchen Barbecue as your secondary bomb site? And that's the ranked mentality as well. So I guess that's where it comes from. But you know, this kind of weird stuff happens in Southeast Asia. Maybe it's just, you know, they are a bit slow behind the meta. We are, you know, quite far. Asia Pacific is quite far from pretty much everything. Even Australia, we can't really scrim that easily. Teams get like 150 ping. But that said, could be better, and I think teams have improved. It's gotten a lot better since then, but still weird stuff happens every now and then.
Yeah, and that is true. It's all good to be down to practice and dry runs and scrims and whatever. This may be one of the best opportunities that teams get to learn off of each other during Pro League matches. And, you know, it could go very well for them. It could go very badly for them at the same time. But we'll see how it does go down as we are going to get into Oregon very shortly. I think we're just having connection issues from Void here.
Yeah, maybe we're having having some connection issues, but whatever the case, we're going to take a very, very short break. Don't go anywhere. Map 2 is still yet to come. Generic lost the first map, 7-3 Coastline to Xavier Esports. We're going to bring you Oregon in just a short time. Don't go anywhere.
take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, erase all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight. And we'll
Alright guys, welcome back. This is Series 2, Day 1 of Southeast Asia. We have just seen 3 maps, 2 of them being Coastline. Airwolf played Impetus first. They won 7-0, 7-3 on Coastline and Clubhouse respectively. Xavier meanwhile have taken the lead here against Generic Esports. They are up 1-0 after beating them 7-2. And we're going to get right in to map number 2. That's going to be Oregon. Sternak, take it away.
Yeah, as I said, Oregon, a very, very linear map coming out. It's going to be a really win and loss around the ban phase. As I said, I feel like if Generic Void plays, pardon the pun, generically, and they play this very default, they're going to be in for a bad time. I can't help but feel the Monty ban is a target ban here.
It probably is, because Producer Boom is He's a strong Monty. I wouldn't say he was one of the best Montys, but he is definitely a strong Monty, and for Southeast Asian teams, he can definitely be a thorn in the side. He is a thorn in the side, in fact, even for Airwolf.
Yeah, these just seem bans like people just don't want to go against right now, and I cannot blame them. I don't like dealing with the Montaigne here, especially on a map like Oregon, where you can be so powerful for that west main take, where you just go straight through. roam clears, and you can't do anything to push him out. But we're going to see the first defender ban coming out here from Xavier Esports, and seeing what they want to bring in. It's going to be the Echo. So, kind of expecting the mirror ban here from Generic Void, although, as I said before, they're starting out on the defense. So, I'll be very surprised if they do ban the mirror against themselves. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do here, because there's a lot of ways they could go about this, but I'm kind of expecting...
Oh.
I didn't expect that,
Okay.
but... Yeah, I mean, that is one of the ways they could have gone down. I was kind of hoping they were going to play the Pulsar, but
yeah.
I'm kind of expecting them to run the Valkyrie then instead.
I guess they were spooked by... I don't know, the information game that Xavier had on them? I don't know how else to put it, really. Oh, Thinker, right there. Is it gonna be
I don't
Pen?
like the Thinker pick here, honestly.
Is it gonna be Pen?
If,
Oh, but yep, Blitz, Thinker. Oh my god.
Producer Boom on the Blitz, as you said. Very good in multiplayer. Let's see if we can do the same on Blitz. Blitz is great for a West main take here. I really don't like the Thinker though, because there is a smoke on the board. And this can really kill your push instantly. I really hope he just 6-pick it off it. Doesn't look like he's going to though.
No.
That's disappointing. I really don't like the Thinker. I like the Thinker normally for Oregon, and it can be pretty good. And we always talk about putting Thinker up as a boost with a shield is really good. People might be looking at the mirror he's just trying to put down there, where he reinforces the left rather than the right. I honestly more prefer that when there's a Capitao on the board.
Yeah.
They saw there's a Capitao, and people talk about you can't get trapped to the right. Something we brought up earlier during the Invitational qualifiers is that if you put it to the right, yes, you can get trapped by the Capitao, but you also have a lot more vision than you would. But I don't think this is going to be that too important, because there is a Valkyrie here, and that should alleviate some issues. And honestly, part of me is hoping that there is a bulletproof cam for the mute.
Hopefully, but I'll be surprised actually, because while a bulletproof cam would be actually yeah, just go with a bulletproof cam, because they already have 2 C4s and 3 smokes, so the plant denial is strong and is there, and especially the smoke. Oh my god, what? How do you lose the mirror? What?
Yeah, he already gets all the way into pantry. He's already going to find his first kill. I think what they were trying to do is he was trying to set up a mirror window on pantry, but he was just way too little too late. Producer Boom gets all the way in here, just makes an absolute mess of this defense already, pushing through onto the meeting hall.
Yeah, and really, that I spoke of this in the first map, where you can let it go against some weaker teams, where your setup can be a bit late. But even then, you really only want that late setup to happen on site, and better teams are just gonna punish you. If they keep on seeing, even if it's on site, if they keep on seeing you are doing late setups, one round they may just choose like, alright, we're rushing this, we're catching these guys if the cam's down.
Yeah, let's see the Thinker buff hopefully going to come through soon, as King is still going to be holding down. It's a really hard position for him to play. He does have Valkyrie come next to him, but that's such a great nade coming out from the Thinker there. Jaime going to find a great kill down to King, and this is just dissecting apart the defense right now. And we'll see the mute is going to rotate all the way to Big Tower. He's going to be playing tier 1, but it's going to be the Execute going to come down. I don't know about this, but there we go. Smokes are going to come out. It's a little bit early, but there we go. Smokes have come down. This is really where you need to put this plant now through. This is looking pretty good for the attack. It's just to play around this, but they haven't put any Capitao bolts to the backside yet. There we go. More Smokes are going to come down. Let's go, Boxy going to be playing one kill there, but the plant is going down. Hoofy just runs all the way past it, but does get down Redson. As Elsker picked up one of his own. It's now a 3v2. Hoofy going to be playing around. Just peeking up onto the hatch to see if he's going to get a kill, but no, Healthcare shuts him down. And now it's all down to Defty to see if he can bring it in. He peeks it out, does take down one. He's going to find 2 more, but he's a sliver of HP. And there we go, the Blitz just comes in from behind. Producer Boom.
I didn't hear him. Did you?
I didn't.
Because I don't think even Defty did. He didn't even react.
So when you take a lot of damage, your ears just get like deafened for a few moments.
Quite annoying,
And I think in those moments that bullet's just pushed all the way up.
To be honest, that is a fairly annoying mechanic that I don't fully agree with. I kind of get frustrated with it when I'm playing ranked, but I'm not high enough to really give a hoot about it. But one thing we forgot to mention actually is that Yule has been substituted out. In his place is Huffy.
Yeah, we'll see if that really does replace anything. I thought Yu was actually doing a pretty good job here on the Jaeger. He was managing to win quite a lot of his gunfights. We'll see how it does go down as we move into round number 2. And we'll see Generic Void just rotating all the way up.
Indeed, so it's going to be a similar setup. This time they are bringing a dog again. I think the castle from Jibausi. He was playing a mute the last time around. I think the mute is a better option, to be absolutely honest. But the castle strategy, if what I'm thinking,
it normally. Okay, so the mute normally isn't a better option here, in my opinion, just because there's normally a Thatcher that's very meta. But there's no Thatcher right here. That's something they should be able to read into, and I feel like they should pick the beat anyway.
I fully swapped onto it from the Thatcher onto Glass.
Yeah, so, you know, they can just say, you know, it looks like we're not bringing a mute. They can kind of do the reverse bait, and they can 6-pick from the castle onto the mute, and just try and bait it out like that. So, you know, we'll see how this goes.
They already so far, and ooh,
well, there we go. That's why. Lots of kills are going to come down. They're going to get all the way into the back of sight. This is just a quick rush coming through. We don't get to see any of this, but the defusing, typically tapping on the way on the keyboard, is going to get straight into the site. The diffuser's already down, and this is looking very, very good indeed for the attack. Drone's going to come out as well to try and hold it all down, but this is just a slaughter right now. As the LMG does get sprayed down, but there we go. Goliath's going to go down. This is going to be the great attack coming through. Jaime does take down Producer Boom, but pulls out the PMM and does take down 2. Xavier Esports take round number 2.
That's a 4K, right?
Well, 5K because he killed the Blitz.
Wait. Technically. Well, okay, so that was pretty nice from Xavier and pretty poor from GNC. We talked about this a bit earlier, where we said good teams like Xavier are going to punish you if they see you invest too much offsite utility and manpower, or if you're too slow in setup. I think probably both.
Yeah,
happened.
I think it's more the second point than the first point, that it was very, very all over the place, and they were just like, let's just rush into the site, because they have absolutely nothing up here to stop that rush coming through from blue. And yeah, it just went beautiful from them. They had a great entry coming out, they played off their superior frag power, and it worked out very, very well for them indeed. We're going to move through into round number 3, and constantly seeing this blitz coming out, and this is constantly being an issue.
I like that they've gone for the cup here, because if they try, suppose, a rush strat again, or just, you know, get a bit overconfident or a bit careless, that could do some nice damage. It could collect maybe even a 3-speed, of which they have 3. So, and if they get the blitz, that will be the cherry on top of the cake. So,
my big thing with the Capcan here as well is, yeah, I do agree that it is going to shut down that rush quite easily. It also does give you a decent amount of intel of where the push is actually going to be coming from in the first place, which was a big issue for Void in before. So I do agree with the Capcan picker. I do think it's going to be interesting indeed. It is a little bit of a pocket strat though.
Yeah, but we saw quite a bit of Capcan being brought by Xavier and Airwolf when they played at the Invitational Qualifiers, and look at that. Producer Boom has seen that first and the second Capcan trap, and they have an IQ, so it's probably not going to be effective, and that is the downside of the Capcan, in that you see a 1, and you start anticipating every other one, and that's it. It just becomes completely ineffectual. All your primary utility is just gone.
Yeah, but as I said, you can still get the info out of it, even if the Capcan traps aren't going off. If they're getting shot, you know where people are going, because you can, yeah, you can't exactly shoot those things from a mile away. They do get put in awkward spots, but there we go, already opening kills coming down from both sides here as we get all the way in. Reds are going to pick up Javoxy as well, and this is looking very, very good for the attackers right now, even though they lost their thinker. That isn't a massive loss, honestly, but oh my god, there we go. What do you do against that? Producer Boom moves all the way in there, he smacks Huffy down, and now it's a 4v2.
And the mirror C4 has been expanded as well. That is not good. It has not collected a kill, if I'm not wrong. And oh, Defty's actually gonna take a red side. Oh, it's been free-play C4, and no, lights up! Healthcare so much! Healthcare gets taken out, and Producer Boom actually knives Defty in the face. It's all up to Bachelor. He knows he has Diffuser, but he has to fight a Blitz. The Blitz will be coming for him. He's gonna reveal his position with that pre-fire. Not looking too good for Bachelor, but he has gotten one 1v2 clutch. He can't get another. It's gonna be round number 3 going Xavier Esports as well.
Yeah, looking very good for Xavier so far. They're doing work here today, and Producer Boom on the Blitz, he's playing it very, very smart. So this is how to be very annoying as Blitz. You never push.
Yeah.
This is the big annoying thing. There was a guy on Overtime in Challenge League for Europe called Connor. Played a very annoying Blitz and a Montaigne, where he would constantly be threatening the defenders and forcing them to set up crossfires, but would never actually push into them, and it would be, most of the time, it'd be the rest of his team who are taking the kills. And it's just so hard to deal with. And I think Producer Boom is not only just playing off of that, but he's seeing the opportunities and seeing where the crossfires aren't and pushing onto them, fighting the enemy where they are not.
Protect your bombs.
Indeed, I truly agree with you. And patience, I think, is a skill that often shield players, new shield players especially, seem to lack. They think that, alright, I'm a shield, I can peek everything, I can just do whatever I want, and it might work out in lower tiers, but once you start getting higher up, it becomes a problem. And you know what it reminds me of, Sternap? It reminds me of the SpongeBob. He's just standing there, menacing.
Menacingly, yeah, definitely. Definitely the definition there. I don't like that Valkyrie camera. I mean, I get that it's different, but already opening up the wardrobe kind of makes it obvious you're going to put it there, and normally you kind of put it above the wardrobe. And I know that's the default one, but it still does get a decent amount of info, even if it is default.
You know, completely unrelated, I just wanted to point out one thing. These guys are going with a tag, the tag GNC. And GNC is this brand of like health supplements in Singapore, and I just can't get that out of my head right now. Guys, please change it to
the health supplement esports team.
I'm fighting against healthcare OG. Oh.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes down, but that is a great early pick coming up from Jaime there, right through the Shelter one. That should really be reinforced because of that. And there we go. This is not looking too good at all for the defense. And Producer Boom on the Blitz. Again, you could be pushing so aggressively through.
Look,
and yeah, he just completely destroys this defense. Again, there's no control of the kitchen.
Come on, that one angle has just lost you 2 kills. You should be reinforcing both of them, honestly, because the attackers are going to have a lot more info on you than you will have on them. So you might want to take the fight, suppose with an ACAR, which they didn't even have. You might want to take the fight, but you are probably going to lose it, especially against Xavier.
Yeah, no, you definitely could. Well, there we go. Producer Boom going to be pushing all the way through here, but he's going to detonate an L-mine as he does so. Barbed wire is going to get destroyed. Producer Boom still going to be around here where he can. Huffy just pick up that free kill. The Nitro already going down, but that is just disaster. And there we go. He just takes him down for free. Producer Boom is fighting so many of these 1v1s, and he's just abusing it so well. He's going to leave Huffy and the mirror less alone on site.
Oh, does he see?
Hello?
Oh. No,
I think he does see his
leg.
Saw,
but like he's not.
Yeah, he just saw his arm. Definitely.
Yeah, he knows
saw
he's
his arm.
Oh, he's gonna get burnt out though, Huffy, and he's gonna pre-fire. Actually, gonna tag like Cole is just a tiny bit, and a bit more tagging coming out. And Oh no! Bachelor, he goes for the Hail Mary running through the smoke, but the cover is too perfect from the Hibana. And Huffy actually almost gets Producer Boom, but can't bring his gun up and take the shots. And once again, the Blitz get another kill. I think he's gonna be an MVP at the end of this. I'll be stunned if he isn't. He got Donut in the previous map. He's just gonna go straight up to MVP.
I think Producer Moon was just sick of it, and he's just like, yeah, no, put me on the Blitz.
Give me a donut, really? You're gonna give me a donut? You're gonna steal all the kills from me? Because he was like 11,990. He's like, alright, I'm gonna steal every kill.
Yeah, but a good Blitz is very, very hard to do with in Oregon, and he is just completely steamrolling over all of this. There is a Legion being brought this time, however, so I am happy
there was a
about
Legion
that.
last time, but he was playing that foolish angle in the bathroom hallway, unreinforced, and he died.
Hopefully Legion's just gonna play on site, because constantly we've seen these really heavy pushes come into the site, and the Legion's getting picked way too early on.
Yeah, and this is a problem that I think really Southeast Asia as a whole has. Airwolf was constantly getting their Legion, their Maestro, their Smokes getting picked off against Xavier, and when they went to the APAC LAN qualifier, they were same thing. They lose a Legion at the very start, they lose a Smoke at the very start. And I was casting that, I was like saying, if they just keep these guys alive, they're gonna win the round. And guess what? When they kept them alive, they won the round. It's like simple math.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Simple
Attackers'
math.
objective is to locate a bomb and
We are going to see yet another defense coming out here. It's going to be round number 5 getting underway for you guys now. Juicy Boom, it's just a classic strat coming out through every time. If they're going to do this all the time, I think they should just ban the smoke, honestly. So they could just rush all the way into the site with Vinker. Because FaZe have done it before, and it's worked out perfectly for them.
Indeed. Now, Bachelor has fallen off the mirror, given that role to Defty, and oh, what a shot onto Healthcare. He does take a lot of damage from the garage, but somehow turns his face, and Huffy gets one, and he's gonna run away. Producer Boom can't capitalize on Huffy turning his back because of the glue mine. He is going to get a kill onto the Legion, however, takes a fair bit of damage in the process. But it's a 3v3. You have your Legion off the board again.
Yeah, and again, what I was saying about the Legion mines back on when we had the other map going on, back when we had Clubhouse with Aerowolf, is that's how you've got to play.
Oh, dear me.
That's not good.
That is not good. But I'm not sure if everyone has disconnected or it is just our observer. We'll find out in just a while. But so far we were talking about that, and let's just finish that before we throw it to a break. The Legion died. That was a problem yet again. But on the flip side, they had collected the Heart Breacher, the Soul Heart Breacher of Hibana, as well as the Capital. So there was a lot of utility loss on the attacker's side as well. So I would say it is a good thing. I would say it's equal because the Blitz is still in play. That's what I would say. 3v3, you have still a Blitz in play. I think it's about equal in terms of utility loss. But do you have any anything to say?
Yeah, just making that point about if you get Legion mined, just push. Just find that kill and then take out the Legion mine. Like, if you're getting Legion mined and you know that someone's there and you know you can take the 1v1, you must just go for it. Like, especially as a shield as well. Like, very importantly as a shield. Because if you take that Legion mine out, you are dead. 100%.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Was there even a smoke on that defense, by the way?
Yeah, there was.
Okay, so at least there was a smoke who stayed alive. That's good. So yeah, we are getting information that the observer only, I think, disconnected. So that round probably played out, but we will see what happens in just a little bit. But yeah, these teams just need to focus on keeping Legion alive, need to focus on keeping Smoke alive. Yes, the T5 SMG is a great gun. Yes, he can be played in an aggressive roamer role. But mostly when you have a team like Xavier that you're facing up against, it doesn't work out unless the rest of your team, rest of your roamers, for example, are so strong that they can allow you to generate those glue mines while you play in that aggressive position.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I did like the Legion pick, and I did like the smoke picks coming out. They just weren't used effectively, and again, you're just giving these blitz 1v1s all over the board.
Indeed. So we are going to have about a 3-minute break. Sorry about that technical issue strike at any time, but we'll be right back with the game. Don't go anywhere. It is map number 2 with Xavier Esports up 4-0.
Drawn in desire, and you have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. You don't even listen. I'm just getting late, like you're on a mission. Drawn in desire, and you have to think twice.
And hello and welcome again, guys, back to map number 2 of the second series of the night, second and final series of the night, Xavier Esports versus Generic Esports. We are currently going to be replaying round number 5, I do believe, and it has been a complete slaughter so far on Oregon. What do you say, Sam?
Yeah, no, it definitely has been. Xavier has had a very dominant performance so far. I think this is completely in the hands of Producer Boom, honestly. He's found so many 1v1s and just smacked in the face every member of Generic Void on the way. So, yeah, it's just been going really well for them so far. They've just played perfectly against Generic. You can tell exactly why they didn't want to play against the Montaigne. But bringing out the Blitz may put them in the worst situation because Generic don't have any crossfire set up.
Honestly, a Blitz is definitely extremely tough to deal with. Let's not mince our words. But he's not impossible to be dealt with. So clearly, people know what to do against him, and Generic doesn't really. It seems, and that is a concern.
Yeah, I suppose, but as I said before, Oregon is a very, very linear map in terms of its dynamic, and this definitely does favor the more coordinated team. You can pull off some very weird stuff on a map like Coastline or Club, and it can work out for you, and we definitely did see that in previous games. There's definitely evidence of that, but yeah, on a map like Oregon, I don't see Void finding many rounds here, if any.
Yeah, like they looked fairly decent on Clubhouse, especially in the first 4 rounds, or at least rounds 2 and 4. But so far, not too impressive, and that's unfortunate because these guys do have the fragging firepower, but they are not able to bring it up together to match with the strats that Xavier are bringing. Xavier have a fair few strats. They would have gone to the second ever LAN event had they been able to go to the 6th Invitational Qualifier in Sydney. They didn't, but still they are quite, you can see that they're quite far ahead of Generic, at least for now. Stuff always changes.
No, they definitely are. They definitely are. Hopefully Generic can pull some stuff through when they move on to the attack. Maybe they'll bring out a shield themselves. Who knows? I'm hoping we're just about ready to get back into this series. But this is, of course, our final map of the play day.
Yeah, probably the final 3 rounds, given the way things have been going. It's just, I obviously have some support for my Singaporean brothers, but so far they have so much work to do, and we had another team, I believe, Clickbait Tactics, that broke up, but doesn't matter. Let's not talk about them because we are gonna head right back into the game. Xavier Esports up 1 map and up 4-0, and technically that 1 map is not really a map because they will collect the 3 points from that map. That's how APAC works. It's 2 best of 1s back to back rather than a traditional best of 2 like you see in the BR6 in Latin America.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to move through into round number 5. It's going to be another launch room, supply room defense, of course. Since we had a rehost, you have to do the exact same site with the exact same lineup in terms of
Defenders,
operators. So
protect your bombs from being
we'll see how this goes
defused by
down as we move
attackers.
into round 5.
They had a smoke.
Oh, no, I don't think they had a smoke for this round.
Well, Xavier hasn't
Whatever.
changed their lineup.
We'll go through
Doesn't
it.
matter. I mean, as long as I don't think Xavier. Okay. I was gonna say I don't think Xavier cares,
Yeah.
but they clearly have noticed. And whatever the case, admins are gonna make their decisions in the background. We're just gonna continue on, and we're gonna be informed if
10
anything
seconds
changes.
to go.
But basement defense coming out again.
5 seconds left.
We are. Oh, that's a bit awkward. I'm trying to I'm trying to let this
Attackers
thing.
must locate and defuse a bomb.
Come on, man. Come on, Bachelor. Shit. Stuff literally went down today morning. Our time in the NA Pro League. Don't make us have another boost.
I will lose my mind. People should know these rules by
Yeah,
now.
really,
It's just, bad.
So while we wait for the admin call on the selection of operators, we are just gonna continue as if nothing happens, because that is our job. 4-0.
Yeah, and we'll see the push starting to come through. They've already opened up the hatch as well, and that's unfortunate. Rehearsed.
Oh, come on, Void. I mean,
Healthcare
Alright.
just gets DK'd. That's kind of toxic.
good thing CGG isn't doing stats, eh?
That's unfortunate. We were so close, yet so far.
Alright, guys. Just pick your operators properly. You know, it happened in North America. And hopefully this will be a quicker rehost. It wasn't a technical rehost as it was the previous time. And I know Stionap is very, very tired because this guy has been casting all day. Like, literally all day. If there was ever a definition of all day, it's this guy. He's been casting for what? Since over 14, 16 hours ago? I wasn't even awake when he started casting, I think.
It was actually finished about 9 hours ago, I think.
Okay, so it finished 9 hours ago, but he started like 16, 17 hours ago, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. But yeah, hopefully this should be a quick enough rehost. We are getting all the players to join back in once again. Let's see what happens. Oregon not been a great display so far from Generic Esports. The bans, if you guys want to just go over them once more, they are Ying, Echo, Montagne, and Pulse. And let's talk a bit more about the Pulse ban. That you said you're hoping that Generic would play the Pulse, but you said you also understand why the Pulse was banned. So explain to the viewers. You know, let's just bring in some of our insight why a Pulse ban is good and bad.
Oh, yeah. So banning Pulse here means that you're not going to be playing many people downstairs for intel. I would say that mainly going to be playing around the Valk, which makes IQ definitely a lot more powerful. The main advantage of playing a Pulse on Oregon, I would say, is you have that constant intel that comes out, whether he plays basement or whether he plays, kind of like downstairs when there's like classroom or something like that. If there's an upstairs take, Pulse can be very, very powerful, and obviously there's a lot of soft tissue in Oregon, so have the Nitro in his back pocket, and he's going to be able to pull out all of that. So, yeah, the Pulse ban makes a lot of sense, but then you're relying on your Valkyrie if you want to have the same kind of control with the same effect, and we have seen a decent amount of Valkyrie already, but I don't think it's been that effective, honestly.
I do agree, and yeah, you have the Echo band as well, so that's another info op that is off the table, and another plant denying op that's off the table. So yeah, I would agree with you that I would rather bring the Pulse, especially since you're going on defense first. So just bring it and get to try and get to a decent enough position where you either have a lead or you're not that far behind. Because right now, I mean, what we have seen so far, maybe they didn't anticipate it that they would be so far back, but it's not been a pretty sight.
Yeah, no, it definitely hasn't been a pretty sight. And again, I feel like a lot of it has come down to the fact that it has just been complete domination coming out from this Blitz. He was just constantly finding these one-on-ones. He's constantly shutting down defenders. There's no crossfires being set up, whether by design or by accident. I'm not sure.
Indeed, and we're just waiting for the players to join back into the lobby again. This second rehost, it was not a technical rehost, so they are all back. We should be getting underway so very soon. Hopefully, this time all the operator picks are precise. So if you're wondering what happened, the first rehost was technical issues, where we had the guy, everyone actually drop out, and that round was replayed. Following that, we had the rehost go through, and then rules dictate very clearly that you have to select the exact same operators once more if the rehost was done mid-round. Generic did not follow that, and they unfortunately forced us into a second rehost. This time, hopefully, they are doing it right. We're going to get right back into the game. Hopefully, we don't have to keep on saying getting right back into the game, because this is the last map of the last series, and everything is looking good right now.
Yeah, we are going to see a laundry room, supply room defense, of course, with the exact same operator lineup as before. Hopefully no more problems, hopefully no more rehosts coming through as we get into round number 5. And yeah, we're not actually going to see the Valkyrie come out, which is something I didn't point out last time.
Yeah, that... fair enough. I mean,
Attackers need to locate
Valkyrie
and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Isn't necessary, but as we were discussing just now, you have literally one info op right now, and that is the mirror. And the mirror is not an active info op. She places a mirror and she gets info if someone walks by the mirror or like, something's happening in front of the mirror. Valkyrie and Pulse, especially Pulse, is a more active information. And I think Generic needs that the active ability. They are really getting waylaid over where the push is coming from, not able to deal with it too effectively. And that's a pre-placed C4 from Death. Not sure if he's anticipating a rush or he's just hoping that in late game he's gonna stay alive long enough to be able to use that C4. But I wouldn't do that, because if you go for a standard laundry stairs side plant, you've just deprived the team of the one, maybe two C4s that you have if Huffy has brought C4.
There's something about this region, I'm not sure why, but people love pre-placed C4s.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Maybe it's because I don't play as much ranked here. You know, obviously I don't get too much time with casting prep and university. I don't get too much time to play ranked. Maybe that's why I follow, in my mind at least, more of the international side meta. But sometimes the Southeast Asian meta works out, but it is kind of telling when Southeast Asia is the only region never to have made an international LAN after the first invitation. Ooh,
oh my god, he gets all the way in there. Producer Boom just take down one, and Lycolis finds another. And then we're going to be a 4v3 situation. Not looking good already. And
guess who's gone down? Who has gone down on defense?
I mean, look.
Why is the Legion?
The Legion going down, it's fine though. I get that he's supposed to be playing very, very, very safe, but if you're going to try and do a meeting hole hold, you kind of need him to play there. So I really don't mind the Legion playing that aggressive. But there we go. Producer Boom talking about aggression will start to get very aggressive with it himself. Bachelor goes down, and all of a sudden it's a 4v2. Producer Boom doesn't have his smoke nades up, however, and the Capitao is dead, so they don't really have a lot of plant push coming through. Yeah, Producer Boom just gets all the way down here. He gets all the way up into the defenders' faces. He's trying to use some one-on-one, so there we go. He's going to take down King. He takes down another one, and that's just the power of the Blitz, ladies and gentlemen. Producer Boom finds a 2k there right at the end, but a 4k in total, I believe.
Yeah, that was right. 4K in total. We got the Legion and one more. That was, I think, on the stairs. Yeah. So 4K from him and just a complete inability to deal with that shield. Panic setting in, no doubt. And once again, the Capcan pick is coming out, but Capcan pick is, oh, never mind. Maybe it's going to be 6th pick. Hopefully it's going to be 6th pick. But at the expense of Jaeger. What would you say? There's 2 frag grenades, 2 smokes.
I don't agree with the Capcan pick now, because they already used it once.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for them at all. The Frost is good.
Yeah,
I like the
good.
Frost. That was a good 6th pick. I like that.
And we saw, like, I think, what, North
Defenders,
America,
protect your bombs
Canadians
being
starting
defused by
with
attackers.
this, when 6th pick was just introduced, 6th pick on Oregon a fair few times. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sienna.
Sorry?
Canadian was the one who really started 6th picking onto Frost, on Oregon itself, actually, when 6th pick was introduced, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. But, there's been quite a few people who've 6th picked the Frost there, and it is a very powerful strategy to use, and a Frost can catch you off guard, especially if you're being very, very aggressive. Sometimes Frost mats are kind of hard to drone out, and it does make it very, very awkward to deal with.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, but it is 5-0 up right now, and I feel like 3 Frost mats aren't going to make a world of difference there.
Unless
Yeah,
they
there we
catch the
go.
blitz. Oh my god, it's gonna be a rush again. Okay, at least this time you're gonna see the rush.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Let's see whether round number 2 of the rush can be successful. This time you can see the rotation is coming back. The tower player is running back all the way into the site. They're gonna smoke off the stairs. Push right in. There is a glue mine. Huffy actually takes down Red Sun, and whoa, this is great defense from Generic Esports. Completely shut down this rush, and Hellcat is last man alive. He won't even get a kill onto Bachelor. That's a 3K for the Frost. Didn't even need to use her traps. She just uses her gun.
Yeah, Frost with the gun. Yeah. But the big issue there was that they did that rush, and Electric Hatch was open. And that was the big thing why that got shut down. The Legion mines were on site as well. Legion was playing on site this time. And yeah, like, that was a big misstep coming out. I feel like they moved a little bit too quick ahead of themselves there. And they didn't quite realize what the setup was actually like. I kind of just assumed it was going to be the same as last time.
I do agree. That's a good read of that. Yeah, they kind of underestimated what Generic could do, and Generic not exactly pushovers. I would definitely not call them pushovers, but they have been struggling. I can see why Xavier thought that, but at the end of the day, this is the Pro League. You gotta expect teams being ready for that. Lightning was in strike twice.
Definitely. So we are gonna see how is it gonna go down. As you see, moving into round number 7.
What do you think of this lineup, attacking wise?
You know, I really don't mind this lineup.
Yeah,
I would like to see the Capital though. I feel like they're trying to do a lot of stuff all at the same time with this lineup, and they're taking the right idea for a lot of different things. But I'm not sure. Like, I can see several different pushes you can go through over this lineup, so I do like the versatility of bringing this much utility.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And this is gonna be a very standard west side take, and that's good. I mean, you usually put the Hibana over at garage side, going into like armory, lobby. That's good. And then when she's ready, she can start getting the hatches open. But she's actually going to go up on the rappel. That's a risky move because she is the only hard feature. Risky in the sense that, yeah, there is actually no one there on the second floor. So the drone work is good, but there's always a chance of late rotations. And Huffy gets taken out. The Ash getting killed by the 8.
Yeah, Lycola's going to be playing around into the meeting hall already. Very, very loaded up, but still looking to contest. But there we go. It's actually going to go downstairs. Great rotate, great teamwork coming out there, and he's going to get reset as well. So, great teamwork coming out, great coordination. And they use the Nitro Cell to reset as well, which is very
Imagine
clever.
it get pressed. the button again.
Yeah, that would have been just GG right there.
I think someone in NA tried to reset the smoke, I believe, recently, and actually smoked off his own teammate. NA or EU.
Unfortunate.
The attacker
Yeah, stuff happens, but alright, they did it right, and the Jackal is bringing the PDW with his follow side, so interesting choice. Good kill, healthcare gets taken down, again the Legion gets taken off the board, but it's a lot later than when Generic was losing the Legion, so he definitely has had a lot of time to get the goo mines popped out of his pocket.
Yeah, no, he definitely has done so. See, hatches are going to start to get opened up. Definitely doing that work there. And yeah, they're making decent time here. And they do have smokes on the table. Of course, there's no Maestro, so smoke plant should be fairly powerful. But there we go. The kill is going to be coming out from Producer Boom, and there we go. Oh my god. How does he do it like this? Like, Colas picks up a 3k in Meeting Hall here and doesn't get another one, though. There we go. Finally, he's going to get shut down by the Thatcher. Now a 3v1. Now all down to him. It's going to be Generic Void, who I'm not looking good here at all. He's looking like a good match point that should be moved onto here. This is, yeah, not looking good at all. They're going to know exactly where he's pushing from. And there we go, the flag push is going to start to come down. He's going to try and find a good fight, but no. Xavier Esports are going to put themselves on match point as they take round number 7 and their first defense.
Indeed, that was good stuff. Really, I like that. I liked what I saw from Xavier. They really dialed back the aggression that they had in the previous attacking round. Played it just right, and the Valkyrie camera actually did so much work. Like Colas, obviously his gun skill is excellent, and you just tell him the information like, hey, these guys aren't all the way in meeting right now, and you can just start putting pressure from behind via stage. Oh, producer, come on! I want to see this end off with an interrogation. Let's go.
It's definitely potential. I'm kind of surprised he didn't stick pick, but it's actually going to be like Colas who stacked the pick on from the Jaeger onto the Bandit here. As you see, it Kidstorms and Tom's main whole defense coming out here. This could potentially be the final defense here. What do you think of Cav here? This is very interesting.
Well, Producer Boom is actually an excellent Cav player. I would say probably one of the best Cavs in APAC, if not the best. I say one of the best because I haven't seen many other Cavs, so maybe because of team composition or team captain. But this guy, whenever he brings a Cav, he gets a lot of damage done. Almost every single time. There are very few rounds where he doesn't do anything and his tactic is useless. So he's confident in that Cav, and I like it. And the reason I would say is... What's that cam? The reason I would say...
You put it just above the door. Yeah. I think that's a good cam, honestly, because a lot of people, they will... no, I don't think it's misplaced, because a lot of people will enter into that front door, and they won't look behind them.
But anyways, as I was talking about the Cav pick, the reason he didn't 6-pick off is because people know his reputation by now, at least in Southeast Asia. They know this guy is an excellent Cav, and he just wants to like strike the fear in the hearts. Like, look at my Cav, I'm not gonna 6-pick off it. Try and play around this Cav. And when you're down 6-1, and this guy brings out a Cav, your playstyle might change for the detriment of yourself.
Yeah, but, you know, again, Cav's very easy to pick up, and that's kind of why she's so popular in comp. But it's going to be, talking about picks, Bachelor, who gets the first one, but instantly traded back by Healthcare. Great pick coming out from him. That is a very early pick coming out both sides, but the defenders came off on the back foot from that. They've already lost their Nitro and their Valkyrie. That's not good. Like, Colas playing very aggressively around here. I don't think they got the cam that was on the garden shed right behind Gaboxy here. And he's going to hop in! That is really bad. He should be able to do that. Look, Colas gets a double kill. It's a 4v1. All of a sudden, Healthcare picks up another kill. And there we go. Like, Colas with a 3k finishes things off. Beautiful from him. Xavier is supposed to take from round number 8, and they will take the series.
They didn't get an interrogation. I mean, come on.
Yeah, let get the interrogation. Come on. Yeah, that's unfortunate indeed. Xavier Esports do take the series, so they are flawless so far in this season of Southeast Asia Pro League.
Indeed, that was the first night of the APAC Pro League in Southeast Asia, and we have seen pretty much exactly what was expected. First map, first match was Impetus versus Aerowolf. Aerowolf took that 7-0, 7-3 on Coastline, and then Clubhouse over here. It was the score says 7-3. It was 7-2 on Coastline, and Oregon, as you saw just now, was 7-1. So dominant performances from the number 2 and number 1 teams respectively. The newly promoted teams from the Challenger League showing signs of promise, I would say. Yes, Stenab, but no, not quite there.
Not quite there just yet. I think that they had a tough match though, because they're going against one of the best teams, if not the best team, in their region.
Asia.
So yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle, but we've got a long road ahead of us. Of course, we got a very long pro league ahead, and they got plenty of opportunity to improve upon themselves. Hopefully, save themselves from relegation as well. So we'll see how they do hold on. But Xavier and Aerowolf both looking very, very strong.
Indeed. So it's going to really be a fight to the finish, and the final hurdle will be each other. Xavier and Aerowolf gonna take each other on 27th March. Mark your calendars, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe we are going to see perfect records from both teams right until that last game, which will pretty much decide the seeding for who goes on which seed to the APAC LAN. I would expect these two guys to go to APAC LAN, but we still have only seen 4 teams. We're going to see the rest of the 4 teams play tomorrow, and because this is kind of a super week for Southeast Asia, we are also going to have a play day on Friday, that is the 18th of January, as well as the next Friday, the 25th of January. So we're just catching up on the delays that have been caused in the Pro League. Small matter, we are just going to be playing WTF back to back before we take a break for the Invitational in February, and then we finally finish things off in the final few games in March. Today, Sternab joined me. I really loved having you here, Sternab, and really good luck to you in Poland, where he's going to be for the next 4 days.
Yeah, on a business trip. Nothing related to anything Cassidy-wise. Don't worry about that.
Sorry about that. So have fun. He's not gonna be with us for the next 2 play days, but he will be back next week, I believe. Right, Senna?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So, hope you guys enjoyed the games, and hope you guys will tune in tomorrow as well. Same timing as today, 7 p.m. Day number 2 of the Southeast Asian Pro League. I have been the Infinite Ewok, and joining me today was Sternab. Thank you very much for watching.
No problem whatsoever.
Tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine. turn